We're set to go live with a few significant changes to our course. Obviously, most of all, we've replaced the centerpiece, the cube, with a performance artist named Krista from Circular in Fort Collins, Colorado. And she's been performing with Tiny Whoops for the past 7 years. So we're going to see how that changes things up for these S-tier pilots over the course of the next 2 hours. We're going to be working our way up the double elimination bracket with 14 heats. Starting with the preliminary round, just like every other heat, if you're just joining us, we bring 4 pilots in, run them a quick practice on the course with the changes, and those changes include now the gates are moving since the last time they flew, and the dynamic slalom in the hallway. And also we've replaced the giant cube with a performance artist. So all of the orbits will be happening there rather than around the cube. Looks like we've got some quads plugged in, and we're getting ready to have a practice round in just a moment here. We're going to watch Birds Aren't Real. He's the man in charge currently. There's a look at our pilots. Heat number 1, Rab and Nightwing. Are you kidding me? Birds is in charge of letting her know. So yeah, we've got Crystal Lockwood.
Stand down and disarm. Timing system. Stand down and disarm. Timing system failure. Stand down and disarm. Timing system failure.
There's a zoomed in shot of our start-finish gate underneath one of our unicorn pylons here on the official raceway of the Tiny Whoop Open Championship. We're here in S-tier finals. Double check that timing gate. A lot of different moving parts. I'm here with Fresh Bread. Say what's up. He's the only successful face punch on me out of several attempts this entire event, although we will see some this heat. Yeah.
I don't know if I did or not.
You did.
It's unconfirmed.
Oh, you're right. I'm not sure. We'll have to go back and check.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. I thought it. That's super generous.
All right, we're good. And then Birdsy, do you need to let her know anything?
Sorry, I'm going to pay attention for just a minute here.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
So we are getting ready to boogie here.
Oh, that is awesome.
Whole shot wicked
Practice round. I got to tell myself over and over that this is not for reals because we have awesome action. Scorcher out front right now, leading in front of Rab. Rab trying to make the pass, and there it is. Rab up into the 1 spot. Now moving towards Nessie in the gymnasium. Looking really strong right now. He's working his way through that technical section in Neo's UV tent and pretty much all the way out. There's the sprint out the door. He's going to make his way towards the hallway.
Practice, guys. Just remember
2-minute practice here.
2-minute practice.
And the story of yesterday, after a long day of qualifying, Rab, after having missed several of the big races, came out with a really strong performance and ended up in the top of the list. Highest tier pilot, first seed after 8 qualifying rounds. There's the slide. Send him to the top of the room. And this is the first pack where we've got the performance artist actually here. But I think that is funny. She was like spinning the same exact speed as Rab's orbit.
Yeah, it looks really cool at the beginning of this one. Militia was doing that too.
All right,
wow.
Everyone give it up to
I love
Jesse.
that cam on Krista. That is so good. Bravo once again, the
Lap
perspective
1 and
image.
3rd.
So another 20 seconds in this practice round before we send him up for reals.
So were the rumors true? Did they speed up the robots in the hallway for this class?
No.
No.
Scorcher lap 1 and
I was
4.
so excited for it.
I can if, I mean, no, it's too late now. Now that practice is undergone. Nice slide by Rab. That was really good. And a save at the end when he started to scoot a bit
60
far.
seconds remaining.
How's
Race
Nightwing's
over.
heat going? I mean, he got a lap in 66, so that feels pretty good. Practice done. So now is when Birds needs to be telling Krista that it's break time. Birds is really dropping the ball with this. No, I'm just kidding, Birds. You're perfect.
I'm going to shout out to Crazy Do. Hi, Crazy.
Hey.
Yo, what's going on, Derpy? I got my buddy Ugelin from New Jersey saying he's going to bust out the Obabe chips.
Nice. I got to check on something. So sorry.
All right. So if any of you are new to the chat in the stream right now, the slide, you can either go all the way down the slide, you can take the entire slide top and bottom, or you can just kind of go through the railing and the slide and then tap the top and the bottom. You don't have to completely ride it all the way down. I'm not hearing you at all.
Hey, Greg. Can I get it?
I got you there.
All right. First practice down. Let's get an official heat on the books. The preliminary round of the double elimination bracket that makes up our S-tier finals at the Tiny Whoop Championship here at the Tiny Whoop Open 2024. I want one race in the books. And we get to start off with these awesome pilots. There's Rab and there's Nightwing. But don't count out Scorcher, and Militia.
On your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
There's our pilots over in the pilot seating area. To the top of the room. Oh, that threw off Rab.
Pole shot Nightwing 12.89.
Rab completely reset for that. I hate that. He's doing great. Let's have a look at what's happening at the front of the pack. Let's see, it's Scorcher. But Rab, now they're already. Rab already back at the front. So we've got Nightwing already at the corkscrew inside Neo's tent, now out of the tent. Rab at the corkscrew right behind him after a really silly long start. Rab working his way down that dynamic slalom in the hallway. Right behind Nightwing. So Nightwing up in first place, Scorcher in third, chasing down Rab, and Rab fighting hard to get caught up with our leader, Nightwing, currently getting ready to set up for the slide. There it is, a 2-lap race, and he's headed for the... All right, let me just see how this lap transition works. Oh my goodness, that is
Nightwing
awesome.
lap 1 in first.
So 1 lap for Nightwing. Rab
FPV
right
lap
behind
1 in
him,
second.
separated by just a few seconds. They're already back in the gymnasium. Nightwing does not want to let Rab have him.
Scorcher lap 1 in
To
third.
have a win on Rab in the finals of S-Tier Tiny Whoop Open is something I would brag about forever. So Militia with a little bit of a double turtle gets back in the action. Scorcher trying to catch up too, but this has turned into a race between Rab and Nightwing. Wow, Rab really slicing the dynamic slalom gates. Nightwing already back in the room for his second time through the tunnel. Now he's going to head for the slide, lap number 2 slide. He taps the chair and gets away with it. What a slide for
60
Nightwing.
seconds
One more
remaining.
shoelace and let's get ready to wave the flag for heat number 1.
Militia lap 1 in
Oh,
fourth.
that is awesome. Okay,
Nightwing
reset
finished
there
in
as he gets
first.
used to the new crash gate.
Rab FPV
Puts it
finished
in and
second.
makes it official. There's Rab 2 seconds behind him. Nightwing number 1, Rab number 2. It's a Team Tiny Whoop sweep for the first heat of the Tiny Whoop Open. Let's bring Scorcher down the slide. A little bit of a fumble, but makes it through. And Militia back in
30
Neo's
seconds
tent.
remaining.
So a little bit of catch up to do now. I mean, Rab and Nightwing battled that whole 2 laps. Rab, you know, he had that rough
Wicked
start where he got
Firestarter
thrown off
finished
by
in
the
third.
artist. He did an extra loop around her and then redid the entire hole shot.
10
So he
seconds
added,
remaining.
you know, 3 seconds to his lap and lost by, let's say, 2 seconds, 1 second. Can we see? Let's see.
Finish your lap and then land.
We can't. See, look, Rab's hole shot is 21 seconds.
Yeah, compared to
He's
him.
used to a 10-second hole shot.
Race over.
Do you think he got distracted?
Yeah, I think, well, Rab is the kind of guy who's used to, he's a champion pilot. He's used to a changeless course, you know, a course that is completely predictable.
Next up, round 1, race
And
2.
there's a look at our crash
Wreck on
gate. Got
R1.
busted through by Rab
Guy on
and
R2.
by Peter Nightwing.
Wild type on R6.
Shout out to Newbie
Triple
Drone,
Rick
one
on
of our
R8.
Supernova sponsors, and came through at the highest possible level, contributing tons of cash and prizes. We love you, Newbie Drone. Been around a long time. Well, we got a request to, everybody's like, tell me about this performer. This is my friend Krista. She's been performing as a part of Circular and the Fort Collins circus scene for a very long time. She was the original performer at the Tiny Whoop Invitationals back in the day, 2017 and 2018. She brought her team to perform there at Tiny Whoop headquarters to create another spectacle. She was at Whoop House last night, and she flew whoops there, actually. We were surprised by how good she is. She was like, Jesse, I only fly Tiny Whoops once a year, and it's at Whoop House. She was at Whoop House last year, for those of you who weren't here at the Tiny Whoop Open. She was performing there with her friend Kim, doing an LED and contortion show. But it was our idea to make her a bigger part of the S-Tier finals for this year.
This is your practice.
And yeah, Krista, part of Circular, CIRQULAR, from Fort Collins, an amazing 5 or 7 person performance team. They do LEDs, they do fire, they do Lyra, they do silks, they do everything. And Krista is an amazing talent. She's been chosen to perform on the main circle at Burning Man many times, a prestigious honor. But let's have a look at the second heat. We're bringing in Wreck, Bike Guy, Wild Type, and Pickle Rick. They're going to do 2 minutes on the course as practice, getting used to the 2 changes they're not used to, those being, of course, Krista and the moving gates in the hallway, the dynamic slalom that we also call the gauntlet. So we'll see how they adjust to those 2 changes. Doesn't it look like Pickle Rick's about to get hit in the back of the head by a Tiny
Arm
Whoop?
your quads. Starting on the tone in
Well, the
less
gate
than
slammed
5.
shut. So let's send him to the sky. Wow. Wreck with a little bit of a turtle off the block. No big deal. Once again, it's practice, Jesse. Don't forget it. Just keep repeating it in your head.
Whole shot wild
know, I
type
can practice.
11.2.
Think anybody's gonna hit our performance artist, Krista? Fresh bread?
I mean, it's going to happen at least once.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time. There's actually footage of her on the Tiny Whoop YouTube channel getting a Tiny Whoop stuck in her hair.
Oh, no. Was that at the Whoop House last year?
No, it was maybe 4 years ago. She helped me do a video called, I think it was like 360 Follow Cam Proof of Concept, where we did a 4-person exhibition race at Tiny Whoop headquarters, where we set up 360 cameras all over the space, and she was once again a central like double or triple orbit, similar to the way she's a part of this course. Wow, Wreck really pumped the brakes. Look, 360 slide. That looked awesome.
He goes down in the rainbow up top.
Wreck lap 1 in first.
Well, the theme this year is Funhouse.
Wild type lap
That's
1
why
in
we
second.
decided to go for Krista actually on the course. You see, we've got the clown, we've got
Bike
the
guy lap
rainbows,
1 in third.
we've got the dragon. It's sort of a freak show, Funhouse, carny vibe. Wow, Rek did a little bit of a far corkscrew on Nessie and wound up touching something in the wall here at the Denver Center for International Studies. So another 10 seconds left in this practice round, then we're going to re-rack and send them out for reals. We'll work our way through this preliminary round. We started today slipping a little bit behind schedule and then comfortably moved into weight. Oh my gosh. Rek was awesome. Rek carved that corner at the top of the balcony so hard, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, he was like almost inverted to keep himself from rising more. Like he went to the top of that balcony and like carved, you know, I'm thinking about when you get the wing hat in Mario 64 and if you carve hard enough, you actually invert to keep from carving too hard. That's what he was doing up there. Amazing. It's one of my favorite things about the Acro pilots.
Okay, this is the one that matters.
Bird's giving a pep talk. You hearing this?
He is on the ball right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, bring him up.
That being said,
In between heats.
this is a practice round, right?
No.
No, this one's for real now.
Get in there, guys.
Really glad we clarified that part. Check out our Crash Gate team setting up a We Bleed FPV Crash Gate for the next heat. We already got one in there for this heat. Let's see which company is represented. From our high tier sponsor list, we're talking about the Supernova and Diamond sponsors. Get their logo, and let's give a huge shout out to our friends over at Radio Master. They became the standard for transmitters a year or two ago when they came out with the TS16S. I've still got mine, but since then, so many new models, and lots of them are being given away right here at the Tiny Whip Open as random door prizes to our 64 pilots, including a brand new Boxster.
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Rek, Bike Guy, Wild Type, and Pickle Rick flying for real. This is not a practice round. We're here in the preliminary round as they jump out of the gate. Wow.
So much.
Bike Guy looking really strong. Wow.
Full shot Wild Type.
You know, there is
13.37.
a little bit of an incentive to cut that orbit around Krista closer. We're going to see what that leads to. All right, everybody back in the gymnasium. Pretty much everyone on the pyramid of tower. Wild Type and Rek side by side in Neo's tunnel right now. A split S to the corkscrew. Rek was leading. Is he going to get out first? He does, but only by a fraction of a second. We're going to be separated right here in the dynamic slalom. 1, 2, 3 with a tumble for Rek. Now what's up with Wild Type? Rek trying to regather. Looks like Wild Type made the pass, works his way towards the toilet bowl, and he's going to get there first. Leading Bike Guy, Pickle Rick, and Rek now. Rek makes the pass. He's the first one around the pylon and headed to the top of the room. Down the slide with Rek. He's got about a second on Wild Type with a huge fumble at the top. Wild Type trying to take the advantage. Did he touch the second slide?
He's going back for it again. Good.
Looks
good,
like
good.
he did. Rek at the bottom as well, trying to catch up, and we're on the shoelace with Wild Type and Rek pretty much side by side. Epic dive down around Krista and back into
Pickle
lap
Rick
number
lap
2.
one in
My
first.
gosh, that was so
Type of guy
close.
who is a bit
Rek and
wild, lap
Wild
one in
Type.
second.
Pickle Rick was there for a second too, but look, Wild Type can still see. Oh, they're like touching. Bike Guy's right there as well.
Only 4 seconds between all 4 of them.
That is amazing. Welcome to the S tier. Ladies and gentlemen, heat number 2. Who's going to get out of there first? Rek got in front of Wild Type now. Got him by about 1 second, but no breathing room at all as they approach the dynamic slalom for the second time. Lap number 2 on the moving gates. It's the Robot Army. Rek with 1 reset makes it through fairly cleanly. Wild Type with a little bit of knock on his head and goes down. We don't know what happened to Bike Guy. To the
60
top of the room with
seconds
Rek,
remaining.
sets up for his slide. A tumble, but he's at the bottom. Wild Type now punting it up towards the top of the slide as Rek goes through the shoelace. Looking really strong for Rek as he circles down around Krista, trying to figure out what
Rek
to do.
finished
Through the
in
gate,
first.
now a sprint to the crash gate. Boom, straight through the Radio Master crash gate.
Type of guy who is a bit wild.
He broke the
finished in
plane,
second.
and it's official. First place goes to
30
Rek.
seconds remaining.
So second place up for grabs. Looks like it's Wild Type. Does a little bit of a roll into the gate there, breaking through our
Pickle Rick
Radio
finished
Master
in
logo.
third.
Beautiful flying, and man, I want to know what went wrong with Bike Guy, because he was a hardcore
Race
contender in that race. And then all of a sudden I look back and his screen is completely gray. Unbelievable. Yeah, that was a fun one, and they changed places
Next
quite
up,
a
round
bit.
1, race 3. Leviticus on R1. E-Doc on R2. FPV Chem on R6.
Shout out to all our friends joining us on,
Downfish on R8.
joining us on both the Perspective Image YouTube channel, but also on the Tiny Whoop official YouTube channel. I love all you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with us. We are here at the S tier finals, and we're only halfway through the preliminary round. Lots of incredible racing to go. Brent Moore in the chat saying, crazy face, crazy face, crazy face, scream face. Hey, I'd love to. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I had to keep running a little bit earlier. I'm just signing a drone.
You can freestyle and then face punch, Jesse, and then get.
Did you hear that?
Did I hear a face punch in there?
Face punch, Jesse.
I'm just gonna lean back. I need that little that net to catch whoops. I gotta be the Jesse guardian.
A butterfly net.
There's a little butterfly net.
Thank you guys. Oh, awesome. My pleasure. It's an honor. Thank you so much. Enjoy the racing, guys.
Somebody got him with the stickers.
I actually went up to all of the Neo's crew because I haven't gotten to sticker people. Normally I'm all over this place stickering everyone.
S tier stickers.
Those are not up for grabs.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I've been all over trying to sticker people like most events. You guys, I mean, it's part of my reputation, but I just have not gotten to because there is a lot happening at this event for me. So I found all of the Neo's UV Creation bros, and I just gave them sheets and sheets of stickers and said, I give them the technique, the lick and stick. You guys know that at home? You lick your finger, and then you hold with the licked part of your finger, and when you touch something, it just brushes right off. Nobody could feel it, even if you tell someone you're going to do it, they won't even believe you did it.
Did you check the back of your jacket that you were wearing last night?
No. Did you get me?
Oh yeah, I got you.
Nice. Respect. Thank you for keeping the tradition alive.
Ooh, we got Bright 5 in the chat. There's the bread.
Yeah, we got him on the screen.
More like burnt toast today to match the burnt motor.
There's my Dossie Woo, says Crazy Do. What up, Kiz? Yeah, we got the whole family in the chat, and we love it when you comment. We love it when you like, and we love it when you share.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Coming in with another practice round. Look at those stickers. Who's got the whole shot? First flight on the course. That was so close. Leviticus really buzzed her head. He knows it too. Yeah, I am curious how having Krista on the course is going to affect racing. We're going to find out. Leviticus flying cleanly in first place until I said his name. But he's still out there in the front. Nobody in Neo's tent. Downfish now trying to catch up. Second place. Third place, FPV Cam, but FPV Cam is moving incredibly fast. He's going to come out at least in second. I'm going to say, okay, he came out in second place. Chasing down Leviticus right now. Downfish in third. Edoc in fourth. Leviticus on the dynamic slalom. He's only had, oh wait, this is practice? I gotta remember this is practice.
You're getting so into
this
it.
always happens to me every single time I forget it's practice. Guys, I'm just gonna take a short breather, catch my breath, and try not to get too amped about this unbelievable. I mean, we're watching a heat with Cam, Downfish, Edoc, and Leviticus. This does not happen every day. Poor Leviticus. He did too slight of a slide
Downfish
tap.
lap 1 in first.
He like ground effected off of it, so he had to turn around yet again. Again, we're here in practice, and everything's okay.
Downfish finished in first.
Leviticus with a big dive. Ow.
The worst part of the Bible lap 1 in second.
I can't believe
Ooh, we got Brent Moore here saying Omaha has the coolest Whoop pilots. Changed my mind.
That's awesome.
All I have left is 36,000 KB.
What's up, AK joining us? AK joining us in the chat. Oh, shout out to Derpy Hooves. One of our sponsors on the golds here. She's doing a minifig. Well, let's have a quick look at our highest level sponsors, the Supernova sponsors. There are 5 of them coming in with the highest level of contribution. A gigantic thank you to Tiny Whoop, Weebleed FPV, Newbie Drone, Neos UV Creations, and of course our gracious venue, the Denver Center for International Studies at Fairmont. But let's also flip down to our other favorite sponsors, the Diamonds. This is another incredibly generous sponsor group. Radio Master, GemFan Happy Model, HD0, Wrecked, and Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, who have put up a lot. They do the big race in the UK, the Birmingham International Race Day. I got to go year before last. Didn't get to go this last year because of my baby. But I will be there again this next year, and I might not be the only one from the United States because the Birmingham Tiny Whoopers have put up £50 to get into the race, so your race fee is free, £100 towards your airfare over the ocean, and free whoop house and transport around the United Kingdom. You get picked up from the airport, £100 off your flight. I keep saying bucks. You get free whoop house in the UK, which is an experience I promise you'll never forget. Those guys are just every bit as special as the posse here. They're just on the other side of an ocean. And I'm so proud to call them friends. Shout out to my UK bros and pals over there. Current heat, Leviticus, EDOC, FPV Cam, and Downfish.
Arm your quads.
It's time to go for
Starting
realsies.
on
I'm allowed to get excited now, ladies and gentlemen. They know all about the Krista Twista. Is that a thing? That's
The
gonna
Krista Twista?
That's gonna stick.
It's calling it.
I didn't even
Krista
mean to.
Twista.
All right, there's. Oh wow.
The Krista Twista in action right there on EDOC's cam.
Often I'm like,
Whole
wait,
shot Leviticus
that's close.
11.46.
You know what I mean? They really are taking advantage of the smaller area taken up as we've removed the Infinity Cube that we had all through qualifying and advanced pro and elite classes. Leviticus is riding second place behind FPV Cam right now. He's already at the corkscrew inside Neo's tent, screaming his way out right now, and Leviticus is on him.
Ooh.
A huge fumble by FPV Cam. Leviticus, the first one to get to the dynamic gates. And let's see if we can get someone else. EDOC riding third. FPV Cam is right there at them too. What is going
They
on?
are all struggling with those dynamic gates.
It is pandemonium in the hallway. Did Cam? No, it's EDOC got up into the number 1 spot back in the auditorium, flying solo at the top of the room. Here comes EDOC's lap number 1 slide.
Oh, he gets
a fumble
into
at the top. Lev is here too. Lev approaches the slide. EDOC trying to get out. Leviticus goes down at the slide too. Meanwhile, a successful slide for EDOC. He's up and at it, regathers his bearings. Time to fly to the top of the room for the shoelace maneuver. EDOC riding in first place. Second place.
The Krista
FPV
Twista.
Cam. FPV Cam circled the Krista Twista first. Now
EDOC lap
EDOC
one
in
in
second
first.
place.
Leviticus lap 1 in
So
second.
Cam won, but he's down right now, so it's looking like it's going to be EDOC 1, Cam 2, Cam stuck as well. Wow. Okay, Leviticus and EDOC now side by side here in their first official heat on the course as S-tier pilots look on board with EDOC trying to chase Leviticus. He can
Downfish
see him
lap 1
right
in
in
third.
front of him. They're going to be separated once again at the transitional dynamic
60
gates.
seconds remaining.
Unbelievable. Leviticus down. EDOC's running away with it. Here he goes through the toilet bowl, circling into the pipe. And an error there. The nerves are getting to our S-tier pilots. Look at this. For a moment, there was no movement on all 4 screens. We need an update from Downfish and Cam with his wing likely stuck under the corner of that inflated gate.
He's inside the crash gate. He must have taken the Krista Twista too low and hit the crash gate while going for the
No
second lap.
way.
30
Yeah,
seconds remaining.
he's stuck inside it. He can't get through the tissue paper.
Oh no, he's got to go up and out.
Oh, no. Oh, you can see
he's
the outside.
fighting through the tissue paper. Meanwhile, I'm looking at Leviticus struggling at the top of the room. EDOC coming around to make it
EDOC
official.
finishing
He's going to
first.
get first place if he can get in that crash gate. There it
10
is.
seconds
Goes in
remaining.
and finds his friend Downfish already in there.
Hey, Blue
So
Jay.
E-Dot, hey Blue Jay, thumbs up. Leviticus, what happened? Is Leviticus down?
Finish your lap and then land.
Wow.
Oh, he's at
That
2.6.
race
Race
was
over.
carnage. So Leviticus was telling me he's really nervous that he can't do 2 laps. Yeah, that's why he was standing on the 1 lap side of the room. And I don't know what to do because he came out really strong at this event. You know, he had top seed for a minute. He landed 2nd seed behind the unbelievable Rab FPV. What an accomplishment. Leviticus is an incredible pilot. I do not want him to be put out because we chose to do
All right, guys, this is your 2-minute practice. You can do
because we
whatever
chose to do 2 laps on this incredibly long course.
Next up, round 1, race 4.
My goodness.
Daylight FPV on R1. FPV Skittles on R2. Trash Biss on R6.
questions.
T-Mad on R8.
Let's get to the line.
Well, during this, right after this practice, I'm going to run away for just a second. You'll have to hold down the fort, fresh bread.
Can do. So we are going into race 4, which is going to be Daylight, Skittles, Trash Biss, and T-Mad.
That's awesome. So Trashbiss, one of the admins of the Tiny Whip Open team, been meeting with us, you know, weekly for many months. Skittles, you know him, the godfather of IGAO. Daylight, one of the winners of IGAO. And T-Mad we've seen at races across the country as well. It's a stacked heat, but we're going to give them a 2-minute practice first.
I'm saying you can start practice. Start it. Yes, start it.
Okay,
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Birds is not doing a great job communicating with our friend Chris the Twista.
Looks like Skittles is having some issues taking off the line. Oh, be mindful, this is just practice.
Whole
so-
shot Trash
Thanks,
Biss
I was about to forget. I was
9.17.
legit about to forget. I'm watching Daylight and I'm like, dang, I love when Daylight flies.
I really like how every pilot has like a very unique style of flying.
Yeah.
Like even if you didn't have the names up, you could probably guess if you've watched them long
A
enough
lot of the
who they
time,
are.
that's true. You know, Daylight is a hardcore freestyle pilot turned racer, and you can feel that in the way he flies. So he's just got unbelievable speed. And like I said a little bit yesterday, he's also the part of another double elimination bracket I was lucky enough to commentate on, where he was one of 4 pilots that took Chase the Ace to 5 rounds with a quadruple ace.
Wow, that does not happen very often.
It's only happened 3 times in the history of drone racing. And it's only happened, yeah. So it's incredibly rare, incredibly exciting. It happened at Whooptopia this year in the advanced finals, where Hatter was the 4th ace and the 5th ace. So he went from worst position to first position over the course of 2 heats. It was so exciting. My name is Jeff, was on that race as well. He got an ace and then got beat by Hatter, local pilot from Arizona.
I'm honestly shocked you remember that.
It was an unforgettable heat. Yeah, incredible. Because it started to happen and we were like, could it? Could it ever
Could
happen?
it go to 5?
Could we see it? Is it today? Is it this Whooptopia?
Yeah, Trash Biss
T-Mad.
doing what Dio and I were doing, was just practicing that slide over and over and over again.
I noticed that, yeah.
It's one of the hardest course features here.
I know. I
Get it to
voted
go good.
I voted for it to be removed.
How many pilots do you think
Race
regretted
over.
voting yes after coming out and doing it?
There was like some
Let's bring it back. Grab a new pack. Start this for real. We
okay.
also need,
Luckily,
50
Krista's starting to figure it out, but I'm gonna go just double check. I'll be right back.
Got everybody in race up, scrambling to do their job. Got the tissue paper getting remounted for the crash gate. Got birds running around, making sure pilots are ready to go. Got Icy running everything on the computer. Just a super solid team. This race is going so nice. My apologies, I only have one phone up right now for the live chat, so I'm only looking, I think, at the Perspective Image channel. Shout out to It Mom, Derpy Hooves, Jesus, Tom Mundy, Tom Weish. I'm not sure what Leviticus is running for motors, but yeah, he's having issues with flight time for sure. Could be batteries, could be the too powerful of motors.
Oh, wait, hang back.
There's your competitors. We're done with practice forever, so I don't have to convince myself of that anymore. I got that right, Fresh Bread. Here's our competitors going into their first real race in the preliminary round, the final race of the preliminary round. Daylight FPV, FPV _ Skittles, but you can call him Skittles FPV if you want to make him mad. Trashbiss and T-Mad. Bunch of great guys up there, I'll tell you. I kind of love every one of them. I know T-Mad the least, but the smile you see there is the way he looks all the time. He's just
so genuine.
He's a great guy. Yeah,
that smile on his face.
You love it. And you know what? Let's just give credit to Alex Falling because this is awesome. He really did capture the spirits of our pilots in his photos. Who knows how many he took, but he found legit. He could probably make me look good for crying out loud.
We're gonna get ready to go.
So, sounds like the race directing team has almost got it set. I see Krista preparing to climb the hoop. I had to go over there and tell her, you know, you're gonna get longer breaks from here on out. She was like, a lot of spinning when you're doing the back-to-back packs, you know.
Oh yeah.
I'm on R6. No, Skittles is not on the right channel.
Oh,
We got some channel assignment issues going on right now.
Skittles, you're on
Well, Skittles. It's okay, buddy. Love that slow zoom. One more shout out to our chats hanging out on our 2 YouTube channels, on the Perspective Image channel, where you can find all the best Whoop action, including Whooptopia, the Super Bowl of Tiny Whoop races, a completely different race course style, of course. But also to our friends hanging out on the Tiny Whoop YouTube channel, thanks for joining us, thanks for liking, and thanks for being a part of our chat community. I'm going to pull it up here.
You got the Tiny Whoop, I got the Perspective on this one.
Perfect. I'll be right there, Tiny Whoop. I'm on my way. My phone died, but now she charged.
Arm your quads.
Mini Rolls Rule loves the
Starting on
tissue
the phone in
paper
less
crash
than
gate.
5.
Thanks, man.
It's such a cool idea. I have not seen this before.
It's going to stick, right? How could you not do that? How could you not give that to your sponsors? And it's such a fun element. You know, you could write anything on there. Oh, Krista pulls her arm in.
Whole shot daylight FPV 13.7.
T-Mad's not able to take off the block.
Oh, I hate that.
Probably the same issue I was having.
Well, it's a battle at the front. Trashbiss versus Daylight. Daylight's been running really weak VTXs. He can see better than we can, I'll tell you that much. He's in the Neo's UV Creations tent right now, and he's got company. Trashbiss pushing harder and harder. Where is Skittles going?
I have no idea.
Skittles is freestyling in the school right now.
Is he just conceding his place? Why is he?
I do not know.
He's running his HD0 Eco, so I don't know.
He's power looping the pylon. Meanwhile, we seem to have lost Trashbiss. I'm too distracted watching Skittles, so now the Skittles could seriously...
Trash is out. He got probably stuck somewhere and pit moded because his video is completely out now. So.
I'm going to get people arguing to disqualify Skittles for this, and I don't know what I'm going to say to him.
I mean...
He's like going through gates that are active in the same room as a racing pilot.
He's only harming himself right now because he has no idea that the other 2 people in this heat are out. If he just actually flew the track, he'd be in 2nd place right now.
Yeah, instead it's Trashbiss.
Yeah, he Rex saying boo.
I'm saying boo.
Yeah, I don't This is totally against the spirit of racing.
He lost the race. No, he's about to get kicked out of the race. It's a little bit more serious.
It's unfortunate that it happens, but
Yeah. I don't know.
the race ops is going to have to go through and see who the second place is going to be.
60
It's going to be
seconds
whoever
remaining.
made it the furthest in the course. It looks like Daylight's going to be able to finish this off. He's going up to the, what are we calling this?
That's the shoelace.
The shoelace.
I like Wiggle Waggle.
Wiggle Waggle shoelace. The rainbow shoelace. Now he's going down to the
Twista.
Daylight FPV
Oh, we
finished
hit the
in
leg of the
first.
table. We had a couple pilots today and yesterday who were constantly trying to go under the table.
I
for
know.
some reason.
EDOC wants to go under it.
So we got Daylight with the first.
30
He's
seconds
trying to punch it
remaining.
through. He's
Try harder, Daylight.
yeah. The tissue paper's getting the best of him right now.
Race over.
But yeah, so the race ops is going to have to do
We're
a
gonna
review.
double check to make sure we know where we're going.
Race ops is going to have to review the video.
I'm glad Skittles got stickered. You can see he's been the victim of a sticker bomb a few times.
I'm just assuming I got like a dozen out here right now.
You're clean.
How am I clean?
Well, first of all, I would say that if you weren't. But you actually are. You actually are
Just-
clean.
Anyway. Oh yeah, dude. There's nothing on you. You're good.
You're absolutely clean. I don't know how. You know, my favorite part of this launch gate cam is the reflection of the toilet bowl on the wall, throwing that wave over and over. This is the farthest we've ever had the toilet bowl spread out, and I love it. All right, Trash Spiss. They're going to try to determine who made it farther to see who goes up into the winner's bracket, who goes down into the consolation bracket. Race 4 of 14 is in the books. This is where it gets hot because we got to dip down to the elimination bracket, ladies and gentlemen. We're only 5 races deep, but it's time to send a couple of people packing. Let's see who it's going to end up being. Maybe we can have a glance at the bracket there. So we're looking at heading into race number 5 here in the S tier, top 16 of the Tiny Whoop Open 2024. We're bringing in Scorcher, Militia, Pickle Rick, and Bike Guy. They had a rough preliminary round for whatever reason. They find themselves early on in the losers, elimination bracket.
I don't like this because I know Scorcher really well.
Yeah.
Pickle Rick, I love hanging out with him. He's like the nicest guy ever. He saved me at Whooptopia with the module bay for my
He saved
goggles.
me at Whooptopia. Let me fly all of his gear, transmitter,
and Bike Guy, well, you know, I was like, hey, I broke a prop on the last run and I'm up again. And he's like, I got you.
Yeah.
And Blue Jay ended up taking the prop hopper and popped my prop off and threw a new one on. I don't know Militia that well. I think he's from New Mexico, right?
He's a new pilot. He's one of the only S-tier pilots that I didn't know pretty well. So, you know, that's another reason you hate to see him go.
Yeah, I'm sad that we're going to have to see 2 of these guys knocked out of the race for the rest of the day.
It's harsh. Harsh but true, and that's been the story of all day today. Have a look at what we
Next up,
got coming up
round 2,
after
race
that.
Bike Guy
Nightwing
on
versus
R1.
Rab versus Wreck
Scorcher
versus
on R2.
Wild Type. This is one of those heats that you might not forget.
Pickle Rick on
How
R8.
often can you have...
I'm going to call it that race 6 is going to be race 14. The exact pilot list right there. How do you feel about
14?
that? Yeah, so race 6 is going to be just an
Well,
exact copy.
I mean,
Nightwing, Rab, Wreck, Wild Type.
what about Daylight? What about Trashbus? What about EDOC? What about Leviticus? They're not the only 4 people that got first or second so far. It's possible, though. It's possible. Yeah, because they can't meet. Those 4 cannot possibly meet in race 11.
No, that's what
They
I'm saying,
can't.
14. So the
the
finals.
2 of them have got to go down to the losers bracket and weasel into the finals at race 14. Check out Pickle Rick wearing the shirt over there at the start block as they wait for, I believe there's something happening on the upper level. There's our friend Myopic in the hallway. Let's see if Pickle Rick can come out to play. This guy's an unbelievable pilot. Look at that look of determination on his face. That's how he flies. It looks like Militia has a whoop in his mouth and a whoop in his hair. I love that style. Yeah, Scorcher, a pilot I don't know as well, but one heck of a nice guy. And yeah, bike guy. I mean, all of these guys, we'd had a terrific time at Whoop House last night.
Scorcher is the 2023 sports class champion for the multi-GP champs.
That's right. That's right. And look, in that picture, he's wearing a shirt from the Swatch tryouts. That was at the Luxor in Las Vegas, where I was hired by DRL to put on a Tiny Whoop sort of party favor exhibition show. And that's where we saw Fluxy win the DRL tryouts in the Luxor in the gaming center, and pretty much launch his career into professional TV drone racing. He was on the podium later that year. I think he got second or third that same year as a rookie, unbelievably. And his first sponsor was Tiny Whoop. We found him, proud of it. Well, here we go in an elimination round. I'm looking to the sky. First one in the tunnel is Scorcher, leading Bike Guy by only a fraction of a second right now. They're both in Rainbow Road, and I think Bike Guy just made the pass. He did. Now he's at the Triangle of Power, aka the Pyramid of Power, chasing down. Well, no. Yeah, Scorcher sees just ahead of him. It's Bike Guy. They're sharing the tent, and Pickle Rick is right there with them as well. First one out, Bike Guy. Second one out, Scorcher. They're heading down the tunnel, setting up around that pylon for the dynamic section. Here in our dynamic slalom, the gate bots. Let's see. Looks like Scorcher having a pretty clean run. And side by side exits into the toilet bowl with Bike Guy. Bike Guy and Scorcher neck and neck right now as they round it up and set up for the slide. It's going to come down to the slide, the great separator. Scorcher tumbles down. Bike Guy tumbles down upside down and is caught on the center platform. He's back upside down to finish the second half of it, but Scorcher's already at the top of the room for the shoelace. Bravo and beautiful flying around the Krista Twista by Scorcher, moving on to lap number 2 in first place.
Lap 1 in first.
Beautiful.
Pickle Rick,
and where is Pickle Rick? Also right there with him. One mistake back. Anything can happen right now. Bike Guy in the first place position now through that Pyramid of Power and headed into Neo's tent as we speak. Scorcher's right there with him. Pickle Rick trying to make a move on Scorcher now. Pushing harder and harder, but there's a bobble to set him back once again. A split S to a corkscrew for Bike Guy in the number 1 spot. Nope, he's in the number 2. Scorcher got out first. And let's see if Bike Guy can catch him now, as Pickle Rick now rushes to get on the same level after being stuck in that Neo's tent for just a bit long. Scorcher in first place as Bike Guy gets slowed down by the dynamic slalom, just enough for Scorcher to head into that slide. In first place on lap number 2, a tumble at the top, and he's got to reset. Bike Guy's now with him, but Bike Guy hits the cords. It is pandemonium at the top. Pickle Rick is there too, but takes a massive dive. Scorcher and Bike Guy side by side down the slide, but Bike Guy gets out faster. He's weaving oh my God, I can't even speak. He's down the Krista Twista, circling around, and it's looking really strong for Bike Guy and Scorcher right now.
Scorcher finished in first.
My goodness, Pickle Rick was right there, almost had it, but Bike Guy busts through the Neos logo on our crash gate. Scorcher right behind him, brings in a second place. And whoa, he chewed it up. Amazing. That was an awesome shot. Did you see that, Greg? My goodness. That was so cool.
Race over. Finish your lap and then land.
Unbelievable. All right, well. Oh wait, this could be a face punch. This is a highly likely face punch. Why would he be sitting there otherwise? Oh, he's going to finish his lap. He loves this course. Krista's already down. So a little bit of a bummer there for Pickle Rick, but if I was him, I would ride that lap all the way. I'd be trying to get a third lap, you know? I see him at the top of the room. Slide time for Pickle Rick.
That's a perfect slide from here.
Nice.
Up to the shoelace.
Unfortunately, we have just lost Pickle Rick and
Well, Pickle Rick with the victory lap, or should we say, what's the opposite of, oh, awesome, slow-mo in the crash gate on the live stream as he shreds that confetti in celebration of our great sponsor at Neo's UV Creation.
Next up, round 2, race
It's
2.
awesome.
Rab FPV
Man,
on R1.
you guys, this is a testament
Rec on
to the
R2.
perspective image
Nightwing on
broadcast
R6.
quality.
Wild type on
That
R8.
close-up camera on the slow-mo crash gate shred. I didn't even foresee that being a thing. I didn't think, oh, somebody's going to tumble around in there and just shred the confetti and blow it up into the air. That's fun. That was really fun. Time to jump up to that incredible race number 6 in the winner's bracket. This could be a prequel to the final. At least that's my man Freshbread's position. We're jumping up to the top of the page. Race number 6 is Nightwing, Rab FPV, Rec, and Wild Type. So that last round said goodbye to Militia in 16th overall in the S tier finals. An unbelievable accomplishment. Okay, I don't know how to emphasize that. You've got an idea what the skill's like around here. Okay, it's on another level. And another extremely sad farewell to our good friend Pickle Rick, inventor of the Fat Prince, and one of the nicest guys in FPV. Finishing out the event, 15th overall. He'll be going home. You can have that, Freshbread. He'll be going home with a fleet box that says 15th place on it. I don't know if I mentioned that. We don't really have a shot for the live stream, but every single competitor here at the event today is going home with a custom fleet box revealing the position they got overall. What was your overall position?
22nd.
Nice. That's a great one.
I got
Quads.
6th in
Starting
Elite
on the
class, so
tone
that
in
was,
less than
That is
15.
awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, I wish I could be there. Time for a winner's race. What a beautiful launch, man. We're at the top of the room. The Krista Twista, ladies and
Whole shot,
gentlemen. Whole
Nightwing
shot goes to
11.29.
Nightwing. Rab is right on him, but Rec's there too. Rec and Rab side by side. Rab with just an inch ahead of Rec. Now Rab got out in front. Rab the first one to get to Nessie. Rec is in the second spot. Nightwing slips back to number 3 in front of Wild Type number 4 as they all go into the Neo's UV Creations tent. Out side by side, Rab and Rec, ladies and gentlemen. Rab is faster on the hook and now into the dynamic slalom a moment ahead. But look how fast Rec weaves them perfectly clean. Made it look like they were holding still. Tips his nose and Rab makes the pass in the pipe. Now Rab to the top of the room, getting ready to set up for his first slide. Nice and easy. He knew exactly where to go. He can see where he's going. What a perfect slide for Rab. Rec on his lid, trying to get back in this. As Nightwing descending the slide and trying to make that pass. There it is. Nightwing under the number 2 spot,
Rab
following
FPV
Rab
lap
right
one in
now.
first.
Now we're going to bring Wild Type, and we have got to get Rec upright, ladies and gentlemen.
Nightwing lap 1 in second.
This hurts, but Wild Type with an error on the slide. I look to the front and I see Rab flying through extremely clean air. He's already in Neo's tent when Nightwing starts the Rainbow Road. It would take a considerable error, but this looks to me like classic Rab. And remember, this is our top tier pilot. Oh my God, you see how Rab does that turn?
Wild type lap 1
I
in
can't
third.
believe it. Nobody else does anything like that. Rab entering the hallway with this unbelievable characteristic notch that slips him towards exactly where he wants to go without even looking. He does not yaw his way into position. Let's set him up for a slide. Lap number 2 with Rab FPV in the lead. Tips off the side, has to reset. Is Nightwing going to catch him? He's got a really clean slide. Nightwing with his slide and a fumble
60
and a tap.
seconds remaining.
Nightwing has a good slide, but Rab's already making the dive around the Krista Twista.
Rab
Getting ready to
FPV
circle out,
finished in
punch
first.
that crash gate for HD0. Beautiful. Rab in the number 1 spot. But
Nightwing
here
finished in
comes
second.
Nightwing. And Wild Type with a Rec that pushed his camera back into the camera mount. And he's got a yellow vignette now as Rec continues to struggle on his lid. And this just hurts. Rec finally goes into
30
pit
seconds
mode.
remaining.
Wild Type stuck on the platform. We're going to need to call the ladder if he can't get out of there. So if you're right, we're going to send Rab and Nightwing to race number 11. Wild Type and Rec will be bouncing down to, I believe, race number... Is it...
9.
10 seconds
I think it's
remaining.
8 and 9. 8 or 9. They're both consolation. And they're going to have to win. They're going to have to beat out a lot of big names.
Race
That was an
over.
awesome slide by Wild
Finish
Type,
your
by the
lap
way.
and then land.
The triple tap. He just went on it 2 more times. He's just practicing.
Race over.
All right. Someone's got to tap him on the shoulder. I don't see any race director
Next
team
up,
out
round
there.
2, race 3. T-Mat on R1. FPV Skittles on R2. FPV Chem on R6. Downfish on R8.
How would you handle that if somebody who is looking at a trip to the consolation bracket holds the race after and just starts doing practices on the slides? I mean,
Luckily, it's not my call.
obviously, yeah, it's obviously uncool to just do that on the stage.
Absolutely, I don't
But I don't
think it should be going on.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes people don't know. Happened earlier, there was this guy that showed up today and just started flying the slide, practicing the slide. I was like, yo, what are you doing? You're practicing. Like, I can't give an individual pilot extra practice. I am going to get in huge trouble for that. But he just hadn't thought of it. Like, he just thought, oh, I'm here, I got my whoop. That's how Tiny Whoop normally is, just get it out and fly. Maybe just a little bit of etiquette or cultural education. And you can see our team resetting the crash gate. We're going to honor GemFan this next heat. One of our diamond level sponsors, and it looks like they're getting set for HD0 stencil for the next heat. Shout out to our crash gate team. And shout out to our team of volunteers that came together to make the crash gate. I'm looking at you, Scuba Steve, one of the new pilots in Colorado, really took this project on head on and showed up on Friday to help us build the course and even did a Home Depot run for us. Just an awesome brand new member of the community. He couldn't even stay at the race to hang out, but he really wanted to be a part of it as much as he could. So I hope you're having a great time in Vegas with your wife, Scuba Steve. Check in on the stream once in a while. Your crash gate is a huge hit, and you know, you will always have made the first stencil crash gate, and I don't think it's the last. I can't imagine. I'm serious. Is this one of those moments where the history of micro drone racing changed forever with the crash gate?
I think so, because there's been a lot of races where we've gone to where there's question of did the person make it into the crash gate, because they end up out, and so then they have to replay it, make sure that they actually broke the line into the gate. So even if they didn't have that wood frame to put the tissue paper in, you could just like paper clip or whatever the the tissue paper onto like a normal tiny.
That's what I told him to do. Yeah,
and that would work.
That's what I told him to do. I was like, just make it simple, and he was like, no, I've redesigned the whole thing, and I've got 2 slides, so you don't have to do it in between heats. You can just swap slides in between heats, and then have a team go away and correct it from there. So cool to see a V2 on a V1. It's so smart. Well, let's go back down to the sad bracket where we're going to end up saying goodbye to 2 of the following pilots, FPV Cam, Downfish, T-Mat, and Skittles. It'll be another sad one for sure.
Arm your quads.
There they are on the screen, and
5.
honestly, the pilot on here that I think I like to watch fly the most is probably Cam. He's got incredible grace in his high speed. Ooh, Skittles with a little bit of a tip on his head to the top of the launch gate. T-Mat with a slow start. Let's bring him up though. Krista Twista with FPV Cam, first one of the whole shot and into the hyperdrive. Send him through the tunnel. Let's get it clean. FPV Cam, there it is. He tapped the bottom. I'm still gonna call it clean. He's the first one into Rainbow Road with very little company.
Whole shot Downfish 26.14.
Beautiful flying by FPV Cam. I kind of called it. He's the first one into the Neo's UV Creations tent, our technical section. Jacob's ladder to the split S to the corkscrew, and he's sprinting his way out of there. Hooks a right to set up for the Skygate over the dynamic section, and now into the gate bots. Battle of the bots with FPV Cam, kind of winning that battle right now. And what's going on? Skittles once again. Is he gonna race?
Cam going for the slide. Oh,
nice and easy. That's a good slide.
Yeah.
That's my kind of slide.
So I learned today the trick to the slide, not to disarm. Go up nice and slow, go down the wood, just drop the throttle to 0. There was a lot of discussion at the Whoop House about air mode on or off. I had it on today, and it didn't seem to.
Whoa.
And I was getting really clean slides the whole day today.
That is a twist. Yeah, I mean, the one thing that everybody's been consistent about is air mode off.
But I had it on today. People were telling me, hey, it's conjecture. It doesn't really make a difference.
Wonder what led to Skittles' decision to just bail on this. All right, let's glance back at the race. FPV Cam still in first place, and he's the first one out of lap
Flying
number
Fish
2 in the
lap
Neo's
1 in
UV
first.
Creations tent. And looks like, lap number 1 still happening for T-Mad and Downfish. They're pretty much
We got
side
a
by
bunch
side.
coming up.
60 seconds remaining.
Do we?
Possibly. I saw Skittles just went to the start gate. He's
Downfish
hanging out
finished
there.
in first.
I'm bummed, Skittles. I wanted you to win this one. You told me you were going to win it. Well, looks to me...
Matt
Here
is
comes the
T as in all
second
lap
slide
1
for
in
FPV
second.
Cam, getting ready to call this a win in this elimination round. So I'm looking back at second place as FPV Cam
30
finalizes
seconds
his
remaining.
Krista Twista. Let's bring him around. Oh, he goes under the table. We'll see what they... Okay, and here he goes into the crash gate. Bravo, FPV Cam. The first place win, and we look back at the pack. It's Downfish in second place, flying strong, and he's got a fair lead over T-Mad right now.
10 seconds remaining.
The hard part is this would have clearly been Skittles.
I think he would have had a pretty good shot. I'm trying to understand what's going through his mindset. I think maybe he didn't feel like the
Finish
battery
your
in his-
lap
in
and
his
then
would
land.
last the 2 laps.
We are live racing. We are live racing.
Interesting.
Downfish going through the toilet bowl into the mirror tunnel.
He's looking strong, and he's got a
Yep.
fair lead in front of T-Mad.
Going
So-
on for the last time on his slide this round.
Totally. If he finishes out this lap with a bit of consistency, as we got a land now from T-Mad. Oh no, T-Mad browns out. That's gonna lock it in for Downfish. Downfish will move on to, what is that, race number, I believe, 12. No, he's got to do the rest of the whole shot.
Flying Fish
Downfish, you got to
finished in
go
first.
through the start-finish gate. It doesn't matter at this stage.
He's made it the furthest on the course so far.
Yep. T-Mad browned out, couldn't pull 2 laps, but we can watch him.
Race over.
You can see on the crash gate cam, he's just breakdancing over there.
Got Nightwing chiming in saying Skittles can't finish 2 laps with HD0.
He should use my quad or any one of our other quads.
I mean,
Yeah, I
it seems
mean-
reasonable, but he should still give it a try.
He voted for 2 laps. Yeah, he could still race. He could still respect the event.
So as it stands, we are saying goodbye to a couple pilots.
Unfortunately. So it'll be fond farewell to Skittles FPV. And if we could glance at the... Sorry, I'm listening to the... Well, fond farewell to Wait. What happened there? I'm not sure about... Okay, there we go. That's better. The numbers just changed. Am I going crazy? So it's T-Mad and Skittles that we'll say goodbye to at this point in our tournament. The good news is we're bouncing up to the happy bracket. Race number 8 is a winner's race. Every one of these guys has had first or second so far. EDOC, Leviticus, Daylight, FPV, and Traspis as we slide HD0 into the crash gate. And a big shout out to HD0 as we say goodbye to T-Mad finishing 13th, Skittles finishing 14th, of course Pickle Rick 15th and Militia 16th. These are all extremely prestigious ways to finish this event. The only bummer is that they don't get more time on the course, but I'd be bragging for the rest of my life if I was in any of their shoes. What an awesome accomplishment. And a look at our elite class champion, AC Unit.
Give a wave, AC.
Next
There
up,
you go.
round 3, race 1. Leviticus
Yeah,
on R1.
There you go.
elite
D-Doc on
champion.
R2. Daylight FPV on
His
R6.
family. Oh, look, he's in charge of
Trash Bits on
swapping
R8.
the sponsor stickers inside the...
Can we get a rundown of the sponsor levels?
Yeah, let's show them one more time. Let's start at the top with our Supernova sponsors. We love them the most. Just kidding, we love you all. Thank you so much, Tiny Whoop, Weebleed FPV, Newbie Drone, Neo's UV Creations, and of course, the Denver Center for International Studies, our venue here today. This is the highest level of sponsorship, but not the only one. Thank you so much to all of our diamond level sponsors as well. Radio Master, GemFan, Happy Model, Birmingham Tiny Whoopers, Rect, and HD Zero. But let's just keep on going down the line because it's a large family of sponsors that helped us out when we were putting together prizes and funds to make this race possible. Thank you so much, HQ Prop, True RC Canada, Beta FPV, T-Motor, and Rotor Riot. But there's one more class of sponsors down on the gold level. Thank you so much for all of your contributions to our prize pool. I'm looking at you, iGow, The Original Prop Popper, Drone Max, LDARC, Project 399, Emax, RC and Power, Custom FPV, Derpy Hooves, and Joshua Bardwell. I keep wanting to say Bixler, and I see JB because that's how he signs.
You know it all.
Yeah, FPV Know It All, Joshua Bardwell. Go ahead and give him a subscribe as a thanks for supporting this event.
Does it feel weird? Does it feel weird thanking yourself at the top sponsor list? Somebody's saying, Jesse thinking Tiny Whoop is like inserting Obama medal honor meme where he's putting the medal on himself.
Yeah. I mean, the contribution that the business, the retail store, tinywhoop.com did is significant. And, you know, it's worth, yeah, you're right. It's a little bit awkward. I agree. I don't really know how to answer that. Who said that?
Thank Tiny Whoop. Thank you.
Would you? All right.
Thank you, Tiny Whoop, for throwing
That's
this
funny.
race. This has been awesome. I love coming to this event every year.
Oh, man. Yeah, the Deadlock crew shows up so hard.
Oh, we came in strong this year.
I know.
There's
You
so
came in
many-
strong last year. My wife was pregnant, and you gave me a card that was like signed by every single member of Team Deadlock. It had traveled around the country and still on my fridge. And the little stuffy that you gave baby George is a fox, and he learned that one of the feet is like crinkly, and he loves to put that one in his mouth. I used it to play this prank on my family where I showed it to George, and I said, "Hey, Georgie boy, which one of these is blue? Which footy is blue?" And he just always picks the crinkly one because he loves to suck on that one. And yeah, all of my family thought that he was just some unbelievable genius who knew his colors when he was like a couple months old. And then we had to tell, all the family believed it, and then we had to tell them it was a gag and that Georgie doesn't know colors. He just loves that crinkly blue foot. Thanks for helping me with that gag, Deadlock.
Yeah, I mean, it was our honor to be able to present that to you.
Oh, man.
Hi.
We have a little one who would like you to sign his radio case.
Me?
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
We already had some of the little ones come up and ask Jesse for an autograph. I guess they want a fresh red autograph too.
That's so cool. I don't care. Whatever you want.
I mean, we got time. You can bring them up.
It is fun to come up on stage. You know?
Do you think that's going to be something that stuffed animal's going to be one that George carries with him for a while?
I don't know. He definitely loves it. You know, it's part of our morning. Every morning I spend an hour and a half with George while Caitlin gets caught up on a little sleep. And we do stuffy story time, you know, and that little fox is always there.
All right, now let's get checked in.
He's almost at the age where he'll start to pick his faves, you know, but right now I'm kind of
You're the one
running the show. Yeah. So as long as I have anything to do with it, it'll be there. I love that it reminds me of that moment when we were closing down this event and you guys took me outside and just started giving me presents. So sweet.
Ooh, okay. I'll try to find room on this. Do it inside? Oh man, that's some pressure. All right, we'll try to get it right here.
That's so awesome. You're smudging up his lens though.
Am I? Oh no.
I'm joking.
Right.
I'm joking.
I'll fix it later.
Well, maybe we can glance back at the bracket. Just remind our viewers where we're at because we are rolling through this event right now. All right. Time to see some winners race. It's EDOC versus Leviticus, Daylight, and Trashbiss.
Got you.
So Leviticus, I'm going to be really curious to watch because he's kind of in the same boat as Skittles. Not sure he can actually finish 2 laps, which is extremely sad because his performance during qualifying was outstanding. And Leviticus, you know, he's a younger pilot, but he's got a lot of enthusiasm and a super supportive dad. And so cool to see him come out with such a strong performance. And I hate that a vote from the pilots to choose. Well, I mean, the question is why couldn't he? I guess it's something I would like to ask him about. Why? What? Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll find out right now. He made it into race number, what is it, 8, the one we're going into. So let's see if he can kick it into race number 11. All he's got to do is beat some of the best pilots in the world.
It scared me. My card said SD card pull off for the freestyle, but luckily we got it.
Nice.
It's currently 5:30 here in Denver, Colorado. I think we're going until what time are we supposed to end this tonight?
We're going to be finishing way before we need to. We're going to be ahead of time.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Well, they're already going.
Oh, what is going on? Are they coming back?
Race over.
Yeah, bringing them back. Something's going on.
Miscommunication there.
Bring it back. Pause on racing. Pause on racing. Bring it back. Alright, Daylight, are you going to be having a working quad or I need to move forward?
What did I miss? Had to mow the lawn.
I'm distracted by trying to figure out what's going on here. I don't know how that miscommunication went down. Okay, just a mistake by timing, team. Let's stop by the chat, say what's up to all our viewers on the Tiny Whoop YouTube channel, but also on the Perspective Image YouTube channel. Go Team Tissue Paper Changer, says Blue Jay FPV. Jesus shouting out Rec. Chris saying sick event. Thank you and thanks for stopping by.
Transmitter battery? You know what I did?
Scuba Steve saying should use a projector with the tissue paper. Way smarter.
Wow.
Okay. Just don't know where I
So
Mind blown.
it is mind blown indeed.
mine today, so I can give you your
So thank you, Jason Black. We're gonna steal that and use a projector on tissue paper. And man, that's almost sad how we've already moved on to a V3 and we're looking at some outdated stuff on our screen now. Low tech, future tech. So let's see if we can
Arm
get
your
a clean
quads.
launch here. I just
Starting
want
on
2
the
full
tone in
laps
less
for
than
Lev,
5.
but we'll see what we can do here. Check out these pilots. Oh man, Edoc, Leviticus, Daylight, Trashbiz. I love all 4 of these guys. Incredible talent in this room right now, and a swarm of whoops to prove it.
Whole shot Daylight FPV
Wow.
12.34.
Full shots just.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all within 1 second, of course. Lev is flying so crazy. He gets bumped out of the course, and now he's got to make up some room. I see you, Trashbiz, but you're got third place behind Edoc and Daylight. Looks to me, Daylight back out in front, and he's going to be the first one through that gate down the hallway and getting ready for our dynamic slalom section, also known as the Gauntlet by my friend Fade FPV, who designed and created these from scratch using custom PCB and LED controllers on board, controlling a tank tread robot rolling around the room. Daylight sets up for his first attempt on the slide. 1, 2, that's a great slide, very controlled, with a little bit of a pop-up in the middle. Daylight through the sky gate to the Krista Twista. So far, no collisions there. Let's see if we can keep
Daylight
that a
FPV
thing.
lap 1 in first.
All right, Daylight looking pretty strong right now. Edoc almost
Trash
catching
this
up
lap
on
1 in
his second
second.
lap. No, Daylight's starting
Edoc
to
lap
extend the
1 in
lead.
third.
Looking really strong. Leviticus with a little bit of an error has to make up some room right now And a little bit of tears for Trashbiss. No, Trashbiss actually looking really good. He's side by side with E-Doc, pretty much on the bubble, trying to keep it alive. And now we're looking at trouble for Leviticus, stuck on the secondary platform in between the two slides. He's at the flames that you're supposed to jump over as Daylight sets up to sprint for the top of that slide. He's going to skip right over the top of Leviticus on his slide journey. There it is. And a really controlled double tap by Daylight.
Goes back just to make sure.
Goes back to make sure, yeah, but he definitely had it. And somehow during that mess, he's got traffic from Leviticus, but don't be fooled. Leviticus is literally 1 lap behind after that long park job.
Daylight
there it is,
FPV
Daylight,
finished in
first place into the gate. And now we're going to bring around second place. Looks to be E-Doc. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, E-Doc a few turns ahead now. He's going to throw it underneath the Krista Twista into that launch gate. And there it is, Daylight number 1, E-Doc number 2.
30 seconds
But the question is, can Leviticus get 2 laps? Not sure where E-Doc, yeah, E-Doc's good, where Trashbiss is.
Battery's getting down. 3-1, I heard saw 3-1.
Come on, Leviticus. Somehow make this possible. He put on a throttle
10
cap.
seconds remaining.
What?
Race over.
He just
He
decided
DNF'd it. Well, I don't know what's going to happen, but he needs to make a change before his next race because we're sending him down to the consolation bracket as Krista Twista takes another short break. Can you believe she's doing 2 minutes on, 5 minutes off for 2 hours? It's a lot of muscle and a lot of spinning, but I asked her if that's actually the thing, and she was like, I'm a professional. Incredible to be a human being on a race course. Like, I want to be an obstacle on this course. Next year, I'm throwing myself in there. I'm going to put myself in there. Even though I'm doing commentary, I'll be sitting over there. There'll be like a distant camera zoomed in real far on my face as I stand there.
Scorcher on R2. Wreck on R6.
I'll do a performance, whatever.
Wild type on R8.
You're saying you would rather have the Krista Twista than the Jesse P. Messy...
You could do the
What?
candy. What's a candy?
Arm your quads.
Oh, cotton candy.
Starting on the
I do
tone
flying
in
cotton
less than
candy
5.
art. All right, it's time for
Stand down
another
and
one.
disarm.
Oh,
Race
looks
start
like
cancelled.
yeah. We glance over at the pilot pits.
Have we shown this yet?
Not yet. No.
Wait,
I will.
great.
I want to. Yeah, it'd be cool. I mean, I'm happy to show it off. Bike Guy, Scorcher, Wreck, and Wild Type are fighting to stay alive in this elimination bracket. I believe this is race number 8 out of 14. Dan, do you want to join?
Please.
Sure. Would that be all right, Wreck? Or sorry, I just called you Wreck. That hurts. Fresh bread. I have said French bread a couple of times, actually.
Hey, flatbread, French bread, stale bread. It's burnt toast, I think is what Borg Slayer there.
Oh, man. That's so beautiful.
Arm your quads.
Oh, we got the race going on.
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
This is an elimination race, ladies and gentlemen. Bike Guy, Scorcher, Wild Type, and Wreck. And these guys are off with a little bit of a pause for Wreck and Wild Type, so I'm looking to the front of the pack, and it is Scorcher getting chased down by Bike Guy.
Whole
Side by
shot,
side through the whole shot.
10.14.
All 3 of these pilots, oh my gosh, that was an underpass by Bike Guy. I'm not even sure who he was under. Could have been Scorcher. Could have been Wreck. I do not know. Wild Type just a few steps back now. He can easily catch up. The race is not won on lap number 1. But I am seeing Scorcher right now. Scorcher in the lead right now, and he's got hardcore heat from Bike Guy. Scorcher number 1, Bike Guy number 2, getting tighter and tighter as they approach the dynamic slalom. Scorcher clean, but now dirty. Can Bike Guy keep it clean and make the pass? He sees Scorcher just in front of him. Wild Type is there too. It's Wreck out in front now through the tube and getting ready to set up for the slide. Send him to the top of the room. Wreck number 1, Bike Guy number 2, Scorcher number 3, Wild Type number 4, getting ready to round out lap number 1. And Wreck gets a successful slide, already doing the shoelace, weaving those gates at the top of the room, diving down and out around the Krista Twista.
Wreck lap 1 in first.
Beautiful flying by Wreck.
Scorcher lap 1
Oh, a
in second.
midair between Bike Guy and
Bicycle guy
Scorcher.
lap
Bike
1
Guy
in third.
slams into the back of Scorcher and throws him into the wires. Luckily, he's able to get out safe and sound, but Bike Guy's running away with that advantage. That's what I call a shake and bake. Rubbing is racing, as my friend said. Bike Guy with a dirty shot there, and now flies away with it. But the story at the front of the pack is all about a deadlock pilot. It's Wreck. Skates through that. That is his specialty, the dynamic slalom. I think he's the best pilot at it. Into the tube, around the pylon. He does a little wall tap right on the deadlock poster over there. Get him out. He needs to yaw out. He's out to the top of the room. And Scorcher on his lid too, so this is looking pretty
60
solid for
seconds remaining.
Bike Guy. Made a huge advantage as we look to Wreck to bring it around. He's got one more maneuver through the shoelace, top of the room, dive gate, Krista, Twista. And now,
Wreck finished in first.
let's throw him in the crash gate, keeping it alive. Wreck from Team Deadlock is still in this, ladies and gentlemen. Where's Bike Guy? He's on the platform between the two. Now
still on the
Scorcher
lap
going to make
track,
that
still on the lap
pass.
track.
Scorcher was trapped, but now Bike Guy's trapped on the platform between the two slides.
seconds
So
remaining.
getting ready to make it official.
Scorcher
Bike
finished in
Guy
second.
stuck in the flames to his own doom. Scorcher bringing in second place and staying alive. So Wreck number 1, Scorcher number 2.
Bike Guy and Wild Type are... Nope. All right, we're good.
Then Bike Guy, then Wild Type.
Race over.
So that is a harsh one, ladies and gentlemen. That is super harsh. Scorcher and Wild Type are actually out of this event. They are two...
Scorcher's still in. It's Wild Type and
Oh,
Bike
excuse
Guy.
me. Yeah, Bike Guy and Wild Type. That hurts. As we get the ladder out, Krista's going to take a short break, and we'll send Wild Type on the ladder climb of shame.
I've been there.
So harsh.
Been there. Those props get caught up in those little papery flames. You're done. If you don't do that slide perfectly.
I almost wish they were paper, but they're like a silken fabric. Oh man, I'm sorry, Wild Type. I'm just waiting for Wild Type's big win. You know, I feel like I'm on the edge of his seat. He's obviously cut into that. That's so cool. Wild Type obviously up into. He's an S tier pilot.
Should we want to show
He's
that?
an incredibly elite pilot. And I'm waiting for his race. He's kind of like Werdna, an unbelievable pilot with a crazy flight style, and you want him to have a win, a big, big win at the top of one of these races. So let's show off this cool whoop by Brazen. Look at that. It even says whoop on it. Brazen, I love all of your innovations, but
Next
this one's
up,
my
round
favorite,
3, race 3.
and
Trash
it will
Piss
be
on
mine.
R1.
Oh, yes.
Leviticus on
It will
R2.
be mine.
FPV Chem on R6.
Beautiful work, slowly
Down
changing
fish on
colors
R8.
and scrolling text. I just love that. What does it say?
This is finals day.
Awesome! Finals day. Special code to commemorate Sunday at the Tiny Whoop Open, the
Armor
official
quads.
Tiny Whoop World Championship
Starting on the
race.
tone in less than
Live
5.
track.
It's elimination time. And we got a lot of big names here. I see Trash Biss, Leviticus, FPV Cam, and
Hole shot
Downfish.
Downfish 1.24.
That's a misread. Leviticus with a bop on his way to the hole shot and gets completely knocked out.
Downfish lap 1
He hit
in
an
first.
inflatable gate, and my goodness, it was not forgiving to him somehow. Trash Biss riding in first place and feeling pretty good. He's got a lot of breathing room. Downfish trying to creep on him, but FPV Cam a surprising amount of gates back. So Trash Biss already at the corkscrew section within the Neo's tent. It's a sprint to the edge. He's up and out. Look at that reset. Hardcore 270-degree reset for Trash Biss. What are you cringing at?
Oh, I thought Cam was going to get stuck on the material inside the tent.
Oh, I hate that.
I got stuck there.
I know. I hate that. All right, dynamic slalom for Trash Biss. He's already done and headed for the toilet bowl. Downfish trying to put some pressure on him. Now FPV Cam's at the dynamic slalom as well. But look, Trash Biss head to the top of the room. Let's bring him down the slide. Hold your breath, everybody. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. Cam's here too, though. Yes, Cam's better. Let's see if he can take advantage of that. He's up into the number 2 spot, and Downfish is looking at the flames. Whoa, Krista's up really high on that thing. I think that's the highest I've ever seen her on that hoop.
She's on top of the hoop right now.
Climbed up it. I'm like, how?
She's adding a dynamic feature to the Krista Twista.
The Krista Twista is an inherently dynamic feature, and that's one of the reasons it's here. So let's see. Did Trashbiz get ahead of Cam? I looked away for a second, and it looks like Trashbiz is not 1 lap back. Trashbiz is ahead of FPV Cam right now and screaming through the dynamic slalom, pulling farther and farther away. There he is into the toilet bowl. Trashbiz in number 1 spot. Downfish just rounding out lap number 1. I wonder if I've got this wrong, but I don't believe I do. Trashbiz with a reset on the dive and open the door for Cam to make that pass again. Cam with a really nice slide. Makes the pass. Now into 1 spot. He hits that shoelace in first place. Dive gate to the bottom of the room. Around that Krista Twista, and he's the first one to cross over the start. Oh,
30 seconds
I spoke too soon. There's Trashbiz. Trashbiz sprinting for the gate.
Oh no!
Trashbiz, get in that crash gate. You're killing us.
Go!
Nobody breathe. He's in. He's in. My goodness. FPV Cam first. Trashbiz 2. And how is Leviticus back?
Remaining.
I have no idea.
Did he like unsag super far? How did Leviticus get back in the air?
We still have a live track.
And let them fly.
Finish your lap and then land.
Let Lev fly, because if he were,
Downfish completely black screen.
Oh my gosh! So that's a camera disconnection. He's got a strong working VTX, but no signal going to it.
All right, we are going to Leviticus. We're gonna kill this. This is an elimination round, unfortunately. So we are going to have.
All right, let me slip away for just 1 second. I'm going to check on something. I'll be right back, Fresh Bread.
All right.
Race over.
We did need to do a live replay, or I mean a DVR review to see if Bissy broke the plane. Oh, for placement. Yeah.
So we got a lot of discussion going on about the results of this race. Pilots talking to one another.
All right, we're doing a quick racer's minute. I mean, timer's minute. A timer's minute, guys. Yeah. 2 minutes, like literally 2 minutes.
I'm going to step away too, take a quick break.
Testing, testing. Well, we're getting set up for what I believe is race number. Are we setting up for 10 or 11? It's 11. Okay. One of my favorite races. We're bringing back Rab and Nightwing. I can't remember the other two pilots, but we're in a slight holding pattern right now. Just went over and checked in with the Krista Twista. She said.
All right, we have Rab on
been a lot of
R1,
spinning.
Nightwing on R2, Daylight on R6, EDOC on R8. We have Thrashbus on deck with Scorcher, Wreck, and FPV Cam. That
There's
is
heads in
Thrashbus
the
on
back there.
R1, Scorcher on R2, Wreck on R6, and FPV Cam on R8. All right, we are gearing up and getting our pilots in the box.
There it is. Yeah, Daylight and
Ooh.
EDOC.
Oh, this is number 11. This is the like double winner race.
Yep. The pilots here have won all of their races. First place or second place. They made it through the preliminary round. They made it through round 2. Now it's the only race in the winner's bracket for round 3. Rab, Nightwing, Daylight, and EDOC. 3 out of 4 of them are Team Tinywhoop pilots.
Next up, round 4,
Nice.
race 1. Rab FPV
Did you
on
make
That's
R1.
incredible.
It looks so good. I
Nightwing
like
on
when they're up
R2.
on the little screen there too.
Daylight
Me
FPV
too.
on R6.
Did you make prediction
EDOC on
before
R8.
this year started? Who you thought would make the finals? Is it working out like you thought?
I didn't make a public prediction, but I made a little prediction in my head. I mean,
I mean, I think we
Arm
both
your
chose
quads.
Rab, right?
I just
Starting on the
want
tone
Rab
in less
more
than
than I
5.
even know he's going to win, which I mean, I don't think.
I mean, I felt like he was the most consistent yesterday. Ooh, and he got the iGao Dan Fro container.
All right, let's ride on with Rav. Ooh, a little bit
Pole
of a
shot,
wider
Daylight,
Krista
FPV
Twista obstacle. He got
10.63.
past. That was Daylight. Daylight is screaming. Nightwing's out there too.
Dude, they're all
Daylight in
together.
first place right now, leading Rab and Nightwing. So Daylight is seriously.
Oh, Rab and Nightwing just slightly midair and Nightwing went down,
Wow.
but he's right back up.
Daylight down as well. And look, Rab back up into the number 1. He's the first one out of Neo's tent, leading Daylight by a
EDOC on
fraction
top
a
of him.
second.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, wow, it's really close
But
still.
don't forget how Rab comes out of the gym.
Uh-oh, Daylight goes down in the gate bots.
Nevertheless, Rab running away with this. EDOC in second place right now, moving into the pipe and setting up for his ride down the slide. Let's bring Rab
Nice and
down
slow.
the slide.
Very nice approach by Rab. Perfect slide. He definitely slowed that down more than he typically does.
Yeah, I know. Rab diving from the top of the room to the Krista Twista.
Beautiful.
Rapid
All right,
fuel
Rab
FPV
first,
lap
who's
1
second?
in first.
EDOC right now.
Yep.
Nightwing in third, Daylight
EDOC
in
lap
fourth.
1 in second.
Daylight is having a rough
Nightwing
round. He
lap
had
1
such
in
an
third.
epic, successful first
Daylight
half of the first
FPV
lap.
lap 1 in fourth.
All right. Nightwing's making up time on EDOC, but it's Rab's race to lose here. He's going to have to make a mistake. No one's going to catch him.
Rab's not flying fast. You know, Rab's flying safe right now, except he's got that shimmy exiting the gym, and he saves seconds there every single time.
He looks super controlled on those gate bots compared to most people. Most people are like, zip, zip.
I know. He swings back and forth like he's on the swing.
Yeah, just a much slower motion through
Rab's
the actual
second
gate.
slide right now.
Beautiful. Perfect.
Perfect. About as good as you could
Oh,
ask for.
Nightwing goes down in the hallway,
Oh no.
giving EDOC some more room there.
60 seconds
So it looks like
remaining.
it's going to be Rab and
Rab
EDOC
FPV
unless
finished in first.
EDOC messes up this. Oh, he has to go back for a second slide. Oh, and he bounces off
Nightwing
again.
trying to catch-
Nightwing's right
Daylight's
there.
already made the
Oh,
pass.
EDOC's
Daylight
upside
finished
down.
in second.
Daylight into the
Oh,
crash
Daylight was
gate.
further ahead than I thought. I
So
thought he was
Daylight
way
number
behind.
2 behind Rab number 1. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. This is not an elimination race, so we still give another chance to Nightwing and, of course, to EDOC. And we're going to fire our crash gate team.
Oh,
EDOC
Nightwing
finished in third.
Nightwing messed up. He went to the
30
wrong
seconds
section. That's
remaining.
what it was.
Nightwing
He went
finished
from
in
the
fourth.
thing up to the sky gate, so I thought he was about to finish, but he didn't do
Race
the
over.
shoelace. He went back and did it.
Bravo to Daylight.
All right, good
Awesome
racing pilots.
performance. He
Good
was
racing
all over the
pilots.
place that round.
Yeah,
We're looking
Ooh,
for
Rab got a
Thrashbus, Scorcher, Wreck, and
53.84.
FPV
That says
Cam.
it's his fastest
Thrashbus
lap.
on
It
R1,
is
Scorcher on
yesterday?
R2, Wreck
Yes.
on R6,
Okay,
and
so that's the new
FPV Cam
fastest
on
lap overall.
R8.
In
Incredible.
in the actual
In race,
racing.
oh, look at this.
Oh, it pulled it totally out.
Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. Yeah, the projector idea is what's going to happen, you know.
Oh, that's even smarter. That was
So
good. Like
smart.
pumpkin.
You could
Have you seen?
project it from the
Next
back.
up,
Have you seen
round
people
4,
that do
race
that
2.
for Halloween with their pumpkins
Trash
now? I
Biz
saw
on
that a
R1.
lot this last year.
Yeah,
Scorcher
really
on
cool.
R2.
Pretty much like projection
Wreck
mapping.
on R6.
Yeah.
FPV Chem on
Yeah,
R8.
that's smart. Then you don't have to spend a bunch of time.
Thank you
before,
to
like,
my
spray
Crashgate managers. I know that that is not the most difficult of jobs, but
Give
the
me
fact
just
you
one
got to
sec,
do it
Dan. I'll be
every
right
time.
back.
All right.
Yeah,
so
Trash
now we're
Biz
going down
R1,
to the
Scorcher R2,
consolation
Wreck
round, and we're
R6,
gonna see race number 12, which is Wreck, Scorcher,
Here you go.
FPV Cam, and Trash Biz. So all these pilots, obviously, since they are in the elimination round, have lost once before. So 2 of them will be going home, and 2 of them will be moving on to race number 13, where they will have a chance to make it into the Chase the Ace finals and compete against Rab and Daylight, who just made the finals. I picked Rab, Daylight, Lev, Bike Guy. So I think I lost 2 of them already, right? Yeah, Bike Guy's out.
Rab and Daylight already in the finals. Both of them
Arm
Team
your
Tiny Whoop
quads.
pilots.
That's what,
Starting
1 and
on the
3,
toe
right?
in less than
Rab and
5.
Daylight. And Lev was 2.
But it's time for an elimination round right now.
They're already off.
That is an awesome launch right there. Wow, side by side, hard to pick who's first. I'm going to go
It's
ahead
like
and say Wreck is first. Yeah, Wreck, then Cam,
Full
then
shot wrecking
Trash
ball,
Biz, then
that's actually a
Scorcher.
drone 12.33.
Through the hyperdrive, they share the
Oh,
hyperdrive
no.
together. Trash
goes
Biz
down.
down, Wreck down, Scorcher in front. No, it's Cam. Cam in front, leading Scorcher by 2 gates now as they
it's-
set up for the Nessie.
Cam hits the Pyramid of Tyramid. Tower mid. I forget what we called it.
It's always different. So Scorcher in a great position right now and
Ooh,
trying to
everyone's
keep it
evened out
alive.
again.
This is an elimination race.
Looks like Wreck makes it out of the tunnel first. Oh no, Scorcher just ahead of.
Yeah, they're
no,
side
they're
by
they're
side.
side by side. Oh, Wreck hits the first gate pot. He's down. Looks like Scorcher takes the lead right now. Trash Biz not far behind. Wreck a gate or 2 behind him, and Cam, we just lost video.
I know you hate to see that. Scorcher setting up for the slide at the top of the room. He's got companies. Wreck is just a few steps behind him.
Scorcher.
Trash Biz also there.
Scorcher with one of the ugliest slides I've seen so far, but I think it was successful overall.
Wreck
He
tumbles
goes back
down.
for the tap for some reason.
Wrecking ball, that's actually a drone, lap 1 in
Okay,
first.
they all kind of messed up. Wreck is out front. Trash Biz just behind him. Scorcher.
Wreck finished in first.
Scorcher.
Trash Biz
is
lap
in
1
That
in
is a
second.
misread for Wreck, is it not?
Is Cam still?
he
Cam might
keep-
still be flying, and we
Wicked
just can't
fire
see him. I
starter,
can't
lap
tell.
1 in
Did
third.
Wreck fly on?
That was false
Oh,
trigger.
right. Yeah, it was a false trigger.
It wasn't actually 11, so he's still
Close.
going.
And he's still in first. Nope.
Yep.
He
Trash
is.
Biz is catching up with him, but it looks like he has enough room. Scorcher. It looks like Scorcher versus Trash Biz is the thing here. They're both on the cork at the same time. It's going to be close coming down if both of them keep it clean.
Meanwhile, Wreck at the front, he's hitting all of the gates in the dynamic slalom and trying to extend his lead to keep it alive in this elimination race. For 2 of
60
these
seconds
pilots, we're
remaining.
going
Scorcher
to
has
send
the
them home.
faster gate bot, and he just catches.
This
they're
is
on
side by
top
side.
of Trash Biz. Oh no, Trash Biz goes down the infinity tunnel.
That hurts.
is-
If I had to guess, I
It
would
comes
say
down to
that
the
was an
slide.
overpass.
Okay, Scorcher has a good slide that time.
Get in it.
Get back up, get back up. Okay, he's good to go.
Wreck finished in first.
Let's bring Wreck to the trash gate. Trash gate?
The Trash Biz gate.
That's what I was starting
Wicked
to
fire
think.
starter
And here
finished in
comes
Second
second.
place,
Second
Scorcher.
place.
30 seconds
Bravo.
remaining.
All right, Wreck first, Scorcher second.
Trash Biz.
Oh, that is
That's a
so.
tough one.
That is really tough because we got to say goodbye to Cam and Trash Biz
Yeah.
in one round.
And they were in the Infinity Tunnel at the same time. They're one of the last features.
Dan, could I ask a favor?
Sure.
Would you adjust that
10 seconds
trash
remaining.
gate?
More looking at it or
Yeah.
more even?
More looking at it.
Trash
Like the
Biz
whole point
finished
is
in
we
third.
need to
Yeah.
see the logo
Yeah.
on the kit. Thanks.
Race over.
Testing.
All right, racing's over.
I know. Well, moving right along as we get a close-up shot of a successful punch through the crash gate. And another shout out to Neo's UV Creations, one of our Supernova sponsors. And maybe it's a good excuse to have a little hello with our sponsors. Let's shout out all of our sponsors and start at the top with our Supernova sponsors. We already mentioned Neo's UV Creations, but let's not forget our other highest contributors, We Bleed FPV, Tiny Whoop, Newbie Drone, and the Denver Center for International Studies. Just below that, in terms of contribution, let's shout out our
Scorcher on R1, Nightwing on R2, Wreck on R6, Enoch on R8.
shout out to our diamond level sponsors as well. Radio Master, Gem Fan, Happy Model,
Race 13, an elimination round.
Wrecked, and HD0, not to mention Birmingham Tiny Whoopers. But let's roll on to our platinum level sponsors. There's a bunch of them, and we're so thankful for it. Thank you very much to HQ Prop, True RC Canada, Beta
Next
FPV,
up,
Rotor
round 5,
Riot,
race 1.
and T-Motor.
Scorcher on R1.
Finally,
Nightwing
last
on R2. Wreck on R6.
of all our
E-Doc on
family.
R8.
Go ahead, lady. Let's not forget about our gold level sponsors. Thank you, iGow, Prop Popper, Drone Max, LDA-RC, Project 399, Emax, RC and Power, Custom FPV, Derpy Hooves, and of course Joshua Bardwell, the FPV know-it-all.
This is the semi-big one.
Thank you so much to all of our sponsors. We want nothing more than to honor you, and thank you so much for supporting my favorite event of all time. It's just been so much fun. It's almost making me sad. We're at the point where I start to think about how we've got to say goodbye to this course pretty soon. Looks great.
Good.
Looks great, I think.
Okay.
Greg, are you happy with that shot?
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
All right, here we go.
Semi-final number 2. Who's joining Rab and Daylight in the Chase the Ace?
So yeah, this will determine
Oh,
two
E-Dog
more.
forgot. Okay, good.
Whole shot wreck 9.67.
Beautiful. Everybody whole shot side by side. This is the kind of race that I really want to watch line of sight, but I can't take my eyes off the FPV feed. As the launch gate slams shut,
Peter and
look to the
Scorcher.
front of the pack. Yeah, we've got Scorcher up there, but Peter, yeah,
Actually,
trying to
Wreck
trace
just
Wreck
ahead.
in number 1.
Uh-oh, Wreck Bobble.
Nightwing now moving into the number 1 spot. He's going to be the first
Go
one out of the Neo's tent, and he's going to work his way down that
Nice little
sprint in the
shimmy.
star hallway to the dynamic slalom. He's
the
got
gate
company.
got him.
Scorcher's there. Wreck is in 3rd. Edoc trying to catch up, but slipping a bit farther back. Now we've got Scorcher up in the number 1. He's all the way down the tube and getting ready to set up for his first shot on the slide. Wreck is faster. Have a look. Scorcher's still in the first spot, but Wreck is moving really fast. It all comes
but
down
he
to the
totally
slide.
missed this. Oh, no, he got it.
He's down the slide and he's in
Got
the
it.
first place position right now. Nightwing trying to catch him. Nightwing moving
Nightwing
up
with
into
a
number
tough
2. So Nightwing with a tough slide. He was temporarily in 2nd place. Let's see what we can do
Wreck
with
lap
Wreck.
1 in 1st.
What
Wreck.
happened to Scorcher? Oh, Scorcher had to try to slide a bunch. He's still doing it.
All right, Wreck. Get back on your feet.
Nightwing lap 1 in 2nd.
So Nightwing's moved into 2nd now.
Yep, and he's
Scorcher had
making
his-
moves on Wreck right now after a big error on Wreck's part.
Scorcher lap 1 in 3rd.
Wreck now into Neo's UV tunnel and Nightwing right behind him.
E-Bach lap 1 in 4th.
Scorcher and Edoc slipping farther back. This looks like Wreck and Nightwing right now.
Yep. Wreck's got about
Could
3
it be?
gates.
Imagine.
Nightwing.
That would be an incredible finals.
That's.
Let's see what's going to happen
Just
here.
want Nightwing to hold it together here.
Come on, Nightwing. Clean slalom, clean slalom, looking really good. Let's get him down the toilet bowl. But Wreck is in the number 1 spot. Here comes Wreck setting up for his 2nd and final slide.
Oh,
60
beautiful!
seconds
Oh
remaining.
That was
my
the best.
gosh!
That's
he
as
slid,
good as
he
that
slid
was a
the
roller
entire
coaster.
tube. Whoa,
A roller
course.
coaster of a ride.
Wreck with the
Nightwing, where are
longest
you?
Slide of the night. Nightwing going up
Nightwing,
to the. Oh, he already did the
He's
slide.
strong.
Good.
He's strong.
Good. All right.
Scorcher
Wreck
coming down the
finished in
slide,
first.
so there's no room to breathe. Edoc also getting ready to
Here
come
it
down
is.
the slide.
Nightwing finished
Rex got it
in
locked
2nd.
in.
Nightwing.
Peter's got it locked in.
2nd. Ooh.
Beautiful. We have our finalists for the S tier,
finished
ladies
in
and
3rd.
gentlemen. Wreck and Nightwing moving
Scorcher
on.
finished in 4th.
And we say a very
30 seconds
difficult
remaining.
farewell to Scorcher finishing 6th place overall in the S tier finals of the Tiny Whip Open, and Edoc in 5th.
Other way.
That's right.
Get in?
E-Bach
That's
finished in
right.
4th.
Yeah.
Wow. Heartbreaking, but thrilling.
10
Absolutely
seconds remaining.
thrilling.
Brace over.
Nice work. Let's go, Nightwing. After
All right, E-Doc feels good. Yeah, he needed it.
Yeah, he had a rough day yesterday. He
I know.
He had to fly HG0 most of the time.
Yeah.
And then
he went
was
home and he built 5 whoops.
Yeah, and he was disarming every time on the slide yesterday, and today he it's just in practice he figured it out totally. I gave him like a little this is what I do, but he's doing it like as good as anyone the last couple.
Incredible. Would you like to let Krista know that we're moving on to finals?
Does she need to do something different?
No, I just want her to be aware that there's between 1 and 4 races left. 1 and 5. There's our crash gate as our crash gate team starts to set up for our Chase the Ace finals crash gate. We're going to bring in a We Bleed FPV banner and a huge special thank you to We Bleed FPV for being such a high-level sponsor and a generous member of this community, completely changing the game with the amount of prize money being dumped into the field. Thank you so much to the We Bleed FPV, our Supernova sponsor that we want to honor in Chase the Ace finals with a crash gate face.
on R1.
There's a look at the
Nightwing on
bracket,
R2.
almost completely filled out. All we got to do is put some numbers on the upper
Rec on
right,
R8.
on the upper right. It's time for finals here in the S tier. And we've got Rab, we've got Daylight FPV, Rec, and Nightwing. Their photos on the screen. Oh, we missed one there.
We have Rab, Daylight, Rec, and Nightwing.
There it
who will be
is.
going into our S tier class finals. This will be Chase the Ace. So hopefully we get some extra packs.
Incredible. A lot of you guys know by now that I've become a huge fan of Rab. Since the days when no one could ever touch him, took some time off and became a Twitch streamer. Had a bunch of success over there. He's also an unbelievable gamer and really fun and warm character on Twitch. If you guys want to follow Rab FPV on Twitch, it is a blast. But now he's back. He came out of a break from flying Tiny Whoop in the real world and flew to Colorado. And now he's here in the finals after being our top qualifier, putting down his fastest lap time in race number 7. No, yeah, race number 11.
Go live.
Here we go, live with our champions. There's Daylight
Arm your quads.
closest to the camera, Nightwing
Starting
on the
on the
right,
tone in less
then
than
Rec,
5.
Rab on the far left. Let's send them up. Doors open and a synchronous launch. I can't wait to see who's going to nail this hole shot. Lots and lots of movement in the sky. Tons of action on the Krista Twista.
Hole shot Nightwing
Was it
8.78.
Nightwing? Unbelievable. Rab is currently 3rd. I can't see what's happening with Rec, but I know Daylight got through 2nd. It's Rainbow Road for our 3 heroes. What's happening with Rec? Don't forget, this is not the last heat. This is just the first ace in Chase the Ace finals. I look on board with Rab and I can see someone ahead. That's Nightwing, his teammate. Now Nightwing's going to be the first one out of the tent. Side by side with Rab. They are neck and neck right now. Setting up for the dynamic slalom. It's no mystery. Rab got out of that gymnasium first. He's been doing that maneuver ever since his 2nd practice. All the way down the toilet bowl, all the way down the tube, around the pylon, and Rab's to the top of the room, getting ready for his first slide. As there is carnage behind him, Nightwing still holding on to a strong 2nd place. Daylight on his lid and struggling. Rab already down the slide and weaving at the top. Here comes his Krista Twista to the bottom of the room. Lap number 1
Rab
goes to your
FPV
hero,
lap
Rab
1 in
FPV,
first.
as Daylight is on his lid and struggling. Nightwing riding 2nd place at the shoelace, while Rab is in, so far ahead. He's on the Rainbow
Nightwing
Road
lap 1 in
and
second.
carting over that Nessie into the Neo's UV tent. Still a stronger and stronger first place. I'm dying to know what happened to Rec, but I'm loving this story right now because Rab making such a strong statement for his first ace, already back at the dynamic slalom. A 52.56. Rab just put down his fastest lap in Chase the Ace finals, and he's already on the end of lap number 2. Let's bring him to the slide. Rab with a cautious entry, just like always. Bleeds his speed on a hard carve. Beautiful, beautiful slide. It turns it into a consistent course feature. Let's throw him through the shoelace and bring him down. Your hero with the first ace. All he's got is 2 more turns.
Rab FPV finished
Unbelievable. Punch him through the
60
crash
seconds
gate.
remaining.
Rab FPV is back with an ace in his pocket, ladies and gentlemen.
in first. Nightwing finished in second.
Nightwing bringing in second place. Oh my gosh.
God.
Nightwing got
Just put down a 52.92, the fastest lap of the entire event, right behind Rab's 53.
Wow.
Race over.
52.56 by Rab.
Yeah, Rab got a 52.56. Nightwing a 52.92.
Oh, the green is just for Nightwing's fastest. That's
That is unbelievable.
crazy. Both of them putting down incredible performances here in the finals.
Well, I'm glad we didn't have Iron Man in effect, because if that was the case, we'd have a champion right now. But fortunately, we got at least one more round. And don't you want to see a multi-ace? So far, every double elimination tournament this event has been a multi-ace finals. But can Rab bring it 2 up and 2 down and clinch the championship?
If anyone can do it, I'd say Rab definitely has the consistency. But this track, it lends itself to like whoever's the cleanest. It's hard to catch back up if you make a mistake that costs you too much time.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
But Rab makes the fewest mistakes. Rab, and he can make up time in places where nobody else can. Take that little shimmy he does exiting the gym. Nobody in the
Notice?
world does that.
I know, but if you notice, everyone started like semi-copying him.
Nobody.
Like, at least Nightwing is. I mean, he doesn't do it as good, but he does the same thing where he's slowing down. They're slowing down earlier and attempting to do the same move. No one does it as good as Rab, but
I
at
just
least
see
they
people doing
tried to imitate
270s on that section, man.
And then Rab also does the slide unlike anyone else here at this event. He's the only one that's gapping the railing and then hitting the slide on the downslope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he
actually
spikes it. He dives.
He points his quad
He nose
down.
dives.
And then he just does a little slide. He gets the jump. He hits the middle of the second one, and then he's off. When he does it perfect, it's the best slide, like by far, out of anyone.
There's Rab standing next to the elite champion AC unit, and Nightwing, second place in the first Chase the Ace heat. Scorcher up close. All of our heroes gathering around. This is a huge moment.
They got stuck there. He looked like he was upside down under a hyperdrive. We're not sure what happened to Rec, but his video was gone. So hopefully both of them can pull out a solid run here in this next round and challenge Rab. Otherwise, we will have a brand new Tiny Whoop Open champion.
I don't like that Rab's quad's getting tested for something right now. He's turning off his transmitter.
They were saying that you could see it on other channels or something. But
he's fine.
I think
he passed tech check.
It was
Next
Rab,
up, round 7, race 1.
I was about to say. Oh,
Rab
Rab is
FPV
doing
on R1. Nightwing
similar
on
to what
R2.
T-Dog has done at very
Daylight FPV
previous
on
races
R6.
when it really matters, when
Rec
it's
on
time
R8.
to do, when the race is on the line and it's time to win, he's putting down his best laps.
Yeah.
It's crazy that how these guys can do that consistently.
The question is no longer, is Rab back? The question is Rab in his prime now? Is Rab rising to the top?
Maybe the all the other streaming and stuff has got him another level of dimension to his whoop flying. Because he plays so many other games and stuff.
Yeah.
It helps out.
I was just talking about that, trying to get him some more Twitch subs.
Yeah.
Rab FPV
Yeah,
on
he plays
Twitch.
all types of games.
I love it. When Tiny Whoop headquarters, he's always on if he's live. Even if it brings down our productivity.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less
Could
than
this
5.
be the final race? Rab, Nightwing, Rec, Daylight. It's on Nightwing, Daylight, and Rec to bring it to a third round by punching an ace.
Ooh, Nightwing with the whole shot this time.
We shall see.
Whole
Oh,
shot
yeah.
Nightwing
Barely ahead of Rab
8.21.
though.
Rec, barely ahead of Rec. Rec riding second place on Rainbow Road, waiting for Nightwing to make a simple mistake. Daylight's right there too.
Oh, but Rab makes the first bobble out of anyone. Barely a bobble.
Now followed back to fourth. Nightwing still in first place. Daylight's right there. Now Rec riding fourth behind Rab. So with everybody in a big tangle in the Neo's UV tent, there's the cork. Nightwing's out. Daylight's out.
Nightwing
Rab
did
is
it
out.
pretty good that time. Ooh, he had a really close gate situation there, and he handled
Wow.
it very well.
Nightwing, are you about to score an ace? Don't worry, the Rab
Look
is
at
not
it, look
one
at her.
on lace number 1.
Okay.
Sending to the top of the room. Let's get a slide for
Come on,
Peter. Daylight's there too.
Yes, perfect.
Daylight slides too, has to go back for a little tap. Rabs through it as well, into the shoelace, trying to catch Nightwing. The dive gate, 1 second separating
This is gonna be a
Nightwing
really fast lap.
from
The wing
Rab.
limb of the nighttime
A
lap 1 in first.
52.53, slightly
Rab
slower,
FPV lap
52.89 for
Oh
Rab.
no, Nightwing goes
Daylight
down in the
FPV lap
hyperdrive
1
and he
in
goes.
third.
Rab running
Rab
away
lap
with
up.
this one.
Actually,
This
a
could
drone
be
lap
his
1
big
in
move.
fourth.
He's back up in the number 1 spot. He's got a little bit of action from
does.
Daylight right now, but it's going to take an error.
finished in
Split S
first.
to the corkscrew. Rab finishing out the Neo's
Nightwing,
UV
go.
tent, moving towards the dynamic slalom right now.
Okay.
A perfect shimmy for Rab, riding in first
Here he
place with
comes.
an ace in his pocket.
2,
3, 4,
4, 5.
5.
Perfect.
Perfect for Rab. Now down the toilet bowl and into the tube. Rab's going to hook it right
be
all
it.
around that pylon. Let's see what
One
we
more
can get
slide
for his
for Rab.
final slide right
More
now.
slide. Beautiful approach. Double tap. Ooh.
Okay, a fumble at the end, but he tapped the slide. He goes back for it.
smart man.
My
It would have
God.
been close.
Okay, shoelace
Daylight
at the top
there,
of the
though.
room.
Oh my gosh, they're together.
He's got him.
Rab's faster on
The
the
wing limb
spin.
of the nighttime
He was
finished
Rab
in
making
first.
sprinting
crash
for it.
gate.
Rab FPV finished
Rab's
in
in.
second.
Daylight.
60
Daylight
seconds
right
remaining.
behind him, but that is it. Rab is your S
The
tier.
wing
Rab
limb
is
of
the Tiny
nighttime
Whoop
finished
champion.
in third.
Rab
Nightwing in
FPV is
third.
back on top as the Tiny
Nightwing
Whoop
finished the
champion.
crash gate there.
Unbelievable.
Now he's in third.
An awesome performance by Daylight, Nightwing, and Rek as well. But oh my goodness, Rab just went 2 up and 2 down after TQ at the Tiny Whoop Open.
And we'll have a race off.
Unbelievable accomplishment. I want him up here.
And we will also
30
have a race
seconds
off
remaining.
between Nightwing and Daylight coming up here.
Race over.
Incredible performance by
They
Rab.
got second and second respectively.
He didn't have the strongest start. There it is. Shout out to
Oh,
Jim
that was
Van.
a great shot there.
So close together. Rab chased down by Daylight, putting the pressure on. What a performance by Rab FPV, like none other.
The only pilot to take the Chase the Ace in 2 rounds so far, or at all today, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Unbelievable. I need to go give Rab a hug. I'll be right back.
Great job by Rab. You can see him there on the screen, getting a hug from his mom, putting his hands up in victory. Great job, Rab. Congratulations, Tiny Whoop Open champion. Held it together. He had a little bobble early, but just kept it together, flying clean. And then Nightwing had a mistake, passed him, and took it all the way home. Even went back on his slide where he slightly tumbled and made sure to tap that lower slide before going and finishing up his championship run. Excellent job by Rab. Now the only thing left to determine is our second and third places. We got Daylight versus Nightwing, 2 Tiny Whoop team pilots. Daylight, your IGAO 2 champion, if you didn't know.
Number 2 of 2024 S tier class, Pickle Rick.
Wait, is there not a race off?
All right, and then for our 15th finish, we have Militia. 14th place, FPV Skittles. 13th place, T-Mad. 12th place, Wild Type. 11th place, Bike Guy. 10th place, Leviticus. 9th place, Mr. Downfish. All right, our top 8. This is something to be seriously cherished. Rounding out number 8, FPV Cam. In 7th place, Trashbis.
Woo!
Number 6, joining us from north of the border, Enoch. And then, to round out the number 4 spot is Mr. Rek. Oh, I'm sorry, and I missed Scorcher for 5th.
My bad. All right, we're going to race off for 2 and 3. And then, once again, a round of applause for Mr. Rav FPV. Congratulations, Rav.
Great job by Rab.
All right, we're going to do a
home
race
the
off, guys.
Victory.
Ooh, I got everyone in here. I got everyone excited. Now get out, please.
All right. The only thing yet to be determined at the Tiny Whoop Open 2 is the second and third place positions. One of them will be Nightwing. One of them will be Daylight FPV. But who will
Next
finish
up, round
in
8,
second?
race 1.
Or who will get the silver and
Nightwing
who
on
will
R2.
take the bronze?
Daylight FPV on R6.
Both Daylight and Nightwing qualified quite well. Daylight was actually our third
Ladies and
overall
gentlemen, if you
position
do not
qual,
mind,
and
please
Nightwing
clear
came in
the
a little
track.
lower,
We
but
are
after
going
he
to have a very
built a new
serious
whoop
race.
and got it going this morning, he has been on fire, putting down the second fastest lap of the event here in his later rounds in the 52s, just behind our champion Rab. But now we shall determine the gold and silver positions. Both of them are taking home some hardware, but what color will it be?
Well, it's all gold. But they represent.
What
I
color will
painted
it
them
represent?
myself.
That's true. They're all wood gold and of the
Army
same
or
size.
quads?
So, what number
Starting
will it say
the
on their
tone in
trophy?
less than 5.
Thank you. Race off Nightwing versus Daylight. This is awesome.
Who you got? Who you got? Oh, look at these PBs.
Nice.
0.06 apart on their best laps.
But Nightwing, 1/100th of a second behind
Whole
Rab's
shot afternoon
fastest lap.
Daylight 9.55.
Unbelievable.
Oh, Nightwing is the
Nightwing.
first one to take a tumble. Daylight with some air, but Nightwing does not take a long time to get up. It wasn't too long of an air. And I think he has slight more pace than Daylight, even though actually I guess their PBs are almost exactly the same. So Daylight's got about 3 gates on him right now. Nightwing taking it, trying to take it fast. Ooh, beautiful little shimmy there from Daylight into the, a little smack on the second gate, but good recovery. Oh, and a smack on the third one. I think he made it through that fourth one, but it's hard to tell now. Where
Nightwing.
is he? Where is he?
Nightwing's
He doesn't know.
made the pass by a fair margin now. There's another lap. He's going to the top of the room. It's time for Nightwing, slide number 1.
Oh, Daylight is getting confused. He's not sure.
Nicely done. That was a terrific slide for Nightwing. Now the shoelace, now the dive gate, all the way to the bottom of the Krista Twista.
Ooh.
Beautiful
Nightwing
flight
lap
there.
1 in first.
Okay, Daylight's still doing a similar thing to Rab. I didn't realize. I hadn't seen him do it. It didn't work out quite as well for him.
Daylight trying to catch up, praying
Daylight
for
FPV
Nightwing to
lap
make
1
another
in
mistake.
second.
Yeah, he's going to
And-
need a bobble.
He's going to need it because Nightwing flying so nice right here where it counts. Is he going to deuce? Nightwing's going to deuce the Tiny Whip Open? I mean, either one of
Yes.
these guys unbelievable.
It looks like it. Unless, he's still got gate bots and a slide to go, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Nice. Good adjustment to get through that second
Yep.
one.
Yeah,
3,
he's
4.
seat of his pants on a couple of those.
He's had a couple really tight ones, I've noticed.
Oh my
Here comes Daylight
gosh,
into the
this is
second section. While Nightwing does his slide, his last difficult element. Beautiful slide. He nails it.
oh my gosh,
Falcon
not
put
much
it in the
between
back end.
him and
Yep.
the deuce at Tiny Whip Open. The big dive, the big
60
spiral.
seconds
Get ready to
remaining.
bring around Nightwing. There's the start
Nightwing
finish
finished
gate,
in first.
rushes for the crash. Bravo Nightwing, bringing in second place.
Good job.
Awesome flying.
Navigating the performer and the camera. I noticed that we actually kind of put it a little bit in the path.
That is so awesome. Well, big victory lap for Daylight.
Do an extra spin, Daylight. Aw.
Daylight FPV
Here
finished
he
in
comes.
second.
Third place for Daylight. Whoa.
That concludes. I love that.
Seconds
There he
remaining.
goes.
I'll be back on the mic in just a moment, but I got to
Race
run
over.
down. I'll be back, ladies and gentlemen.
Congratulations to Nightwing, your second place finisher, and Daylight, your third place finisher. And of course, rounding out that group was Rec in fourth place. So in the last 2 major events, Rec has made the Chase the Ace finals. He got third place at Northeast Whoop Champs, and now he's taken home a fourth place trophy here at Tiny Whoop Open 2. Congratulations here. Deadlock Pilot, Wreck in the 4th place, having some excellent performances of late in the Tiny Whoop community. Daylight, last race was Wootopia, and he made the elite class, but didn't podium, not that high of a finish, so a great job here for Daylight to take home a 3rd place finish. Nightwing, also having a couple rough recent races. I mean, if you say rough for Nightwing, he came in 5th at Northeast Whoop Champs, and at the Air Force race finished behind me. Been finishing behind me in a significant number of races, so sure it feels good here to get a win over Skittles and most of the field here. And of course, your champion, Rab FPV. I don't think Rab made any of the major races this year. Unfortunate, we didn't get to see him more, but when we do, it is excellent. Rab, about is what? I don't have any working whoops. And anyway, when we do see Rab, it is always an excellent time. It's always impressive to see how consistent these top pilots can run the incredible times. Like even in the quals, no one put down anything below a 54. And then you think maybe in the actual racing, the pilots wouldn't be able to top their best times when they're just going for time. But consistently, these pilots are able to either match or beat their very best times when it matters in the finals, when it's winning time. And that type of skill is just incredible to me. The way that Rab was racing there was about as good as it could get. He made almost no errors, and the small ones he didn't rattle him. He didn't start pushing too hard to try to catch up. He just kept running his race. He knew he had the pace and the speed and the consistency, and it worked out for him in the end with the double ace victory.